Okay, I think we're back. Are we back?
Hello, we're back. Welcome to Deep Sea
Hi.
Creatures and Inspired by Mystery
Yeah,
podcast.
back on my screen. Okay, we're back
Sweet.
again.
Good.
Guess who's back? Us.
Back again.
All right. Yeah, I don't know why the camera does that. The old one didn't do that, and this one is brand new. It's got to be
That's weird.
something with their, like, something with OBS and the camera talking, and something refreshes and it just loses its connection. I don't know what that is.
That's weird.
I was doing some searching around the internet to see what that would be, and I found nothing. So I need deeper searching, apparently.
weird.
But yeah,
Well, just let me know, chat, that you can hear us and we are
yeah,
back up on your guys' end. It looks fine on Dusty's. I just wanted to double check
no, it's working on my side, but
and make sure.
that means nothing.
Yes. Hopefully, it is all good to go.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Princess, we're back. Yeah, let me know in chat. We are back. Back in chat. Back again. Now we're holding for chat. It's only fair, I guess. If we make you guys hold, then you have to make us hold. It's the only
And
way to
we're
do that.
holding.
Yeah, holding.
Yeah,
Holding.
we're holding.
We got a small crew tonight.
Yeah.
Small crew at the moment, which is fine. At least they're.
Yeah, we're starting small, but it's going to pick up and we're going to have a party. Oh, good. Okay. Mom got us back.
Okay, good.
Sarah's got
back.
us back. I'm sure Princess will be back any moment. So,
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, she has to refresh the old iPad.
Okay.
Fair enough, but
Cool.
Okay. Well, good. Now that we've gotten that out of the way.
Yes. So, here we are. It's Wednesday, and we're going to talk about deep sea creatures.
Hooray!
This is one of my favorite subjects in the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
And my very favorite creature in the whole wide world is the cuttlefish. And some of them are not deep sea, but some of them are a little deeper in the sea. But I love sea creatures. I think they're the most intriguing and most alien and the weirdest shit on this planet
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
are in the deep sea specifically. So I'm really excited that we're going to learn about them
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Some of them you may have heard of or seen before, and maybe, I don't know how privy all of you guys are, the rabbit holes that you go down, but maybe there'll be some new creatures that you never even
Maybe there'll be
heard
some
of
new ones.
ever. Some of them are cute, some of them are ugly, and some of them glow. Oh man, there's so much diversity in the sea, so I'm pretty jazzed on it. Are you jazzed?
I'm jazzed. Look at my hands. They're jazz hands.
Yeah. Okay, Princess needed to refresh a second time. Okay, well, good. I'm so glad you're back.
As long as you're back.
Yeah.
As long as you're back. Just refresh 100 times just to make sure.
Okay, I
So,
guess
yeah.
just to entice you guys about some of the things we'll be seeing, I'm going to show you one of the cutest things right now.
Okay.
It's so cute. We're just going to, just real quick, I'm going to show
Thanks,
you this
Sarah.
cute fucking thing.
At least
and
me and Sarah get our
and
jokes.
you're going to love it.
Okay. Something cute.
It's the cutest. It is the googly-eyed stubby squid. You gotta just wait for it.
Wait for it.
I mean, there's gonna be so many fun things happening tonight, but this is just so cute. This is gonna get you amped up for what's about to happen. Oh, and we're gonna zoom. Darn it. Darn it. Cute. What?
What? That doesn't look real. Somebody lost a plushie.
I want to be its friend
Who doesn't? Look at it go.
forever. Oh my god. I bet it looks so cute when it swims around.
Probably. And I wonder.
It's so
guess those are its real eyes, right? Like they're not fake eyes. They're not like camouflage eyes or
I don't
anything.
believe so. I'm pretty sure that's his little
those are-
eye lumps.
Those big eyeballs.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and he's purple, which is great.
I know.
And
It's
actually,
never go to.
we'll have to go back to the beginning because I think he changes colors. Right before they zoom in, he was like kind of blending in. He or she, it was blending in, and then it turned like a brighter purple. I think it like came into view a little bit better
I think so.
from the beginning. Yeah. Because as we were panning around, I was looking for that bright purple and I didn't see it.
It's
Yeah,
purple.
back up a little bit. A little bit more. Yeah, look, it doesn't look like that bright purple. But whenever we come up on it and like get closer, like it looks more pale there.
It does look more pale.
And there it looks like it's getting darker. Now it's starting to look purple.
Oh.
And there it's like purple.
Oh.
But I feel like it changed slightly. Like it was hanging out. And then it got bright purple.
That's so
Look at it go.
freaking.
And it's like not moving. It's like if I don't move, it
Cool.
can't see me.
Oh my god, it's so
With
fucking
big
cute.
eyeballs like that, we can definitely see.
It's so little too. Looks like it's just a little
Yeah.
tiny guy.
It's probably pretty little. Yeah, Princess, you could see it change. It looked like it was changing, right?
Yeah, it definitely looked like it got darker. At first, I didn't know if it was like the angles with the lights or something like that. But when you pointed it out like that, like
Yeah.
I mean, squids and octopuses and cuttlefish, cephalopods in general, they are masters of camouflage. So
Yeah.
they have the ability to change substantially.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that it would be able to do that. Usually they do that for reasons, though. There's purposes for them to just change, whether it be camouflaging, whether it be for feeding and stunning their prey, or whatever. There's various different reasons why they change color and texture.
I'm sure they do
Right.
it for fun sometimes.
Maybe. He's
Sure.
like, oh, I'm on camera. It's like putting your makeup on before you're on camera. He's like, oh, hold on, let me get my best purple
Oh, they're
color on
looking at
for
me.
you.
What color I want to be today?
Yay, dude.
I feel purple.
It's so fucking cute.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting on the bottom of the
Just
ocean floor.
chilling.
Just chilling. Like, I'd love to see it swim.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it
I know, I'm
walk on the
surprised they
bottom.
didn't like have a little hand go out and like poke it or something. Like a lot of times they have little grabber hands. Seems like they poke it. Go squid, go. Swim.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like reasons, like don't molest the sea life or
Don't
whatever,
poke
you know?
the sea squids.
Which
the
I would
octopi.
understand.
I guess.
It's a squid.
It's a squid? Okay.
That's what this said. It said googly-eyed stubby squid.
Stubby squid.
Hold on, let's Google it then.
Google-eyed. Stubby squid.
Stubby squid. Oh my god.
It's,
Okay.
it's a screenshot of the same one.
It's the same one.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if there's some other ones.
I
that
do
maybe
think
they're
they
not
they found it like, a couple years ago because I remember it popped up all of a sudden. There was like, look what they just found on. It was the Nautilus that found it. They were like, look at the squid Nautilus just found, and it was all over the internet for a second. Oh, they made a plushie.
Oh my god,
Yeah, look at it
cute! That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. I like that.
Aww. This guy right here, though. Oh my goodness! When I saw this years ago, I couldn't even believe it.
Oh, he's all holographic.
Yes.
Wow,
Look at
him.
that guy.
Wow, he is rainbowy.
What is the deal
Oh, there he is.
that
down there.
guy?
Oh, yeah, look at him go.
Ooh.
He's super pretty.
Oh my god, you have to see this one's face. Ah! No
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
That's so cute.
See, Princess, that's what I was saying too. Like, he didn't blink or anything, and I was wondering if those were the real eyeballs or if they were like camo, like to look like big eyes. Because they could have been, but I mean,
I
these
have
other
to
ones,
say though, not all creatures have eyelids and blink,
that's true.
which
but
I
they
don't know
generally
if
have,
they
like,
do or not. Like they'll have
clear
a little-
film or something, though, right? Well, I guess
some, but
I
not
guess
all
squids
creatures
or octopus do.
do.
So maybe not. But
I
yeah,
don't
the
know.
eyes just
I mean,
look like
it's a
so
good question.
fake on that one.
Yeah,
Like it looks like they're not quite real.
I don't know. I just don't know. But this is just so cool. There's so many like cool little versions of them. Where was the other one that I was just looking at? It said facts about facts. Starbase squared facts. Oh, it's native to the Pacific Rim. It's known for its large, complex, googly eyes and reddish brown to purple coloration, which turns wholly opalescent greenish gray when disturbed.
Wholly opalescent.
So that purple one can look like the iridescent one that we
they
saw.
can change to
Oh my
opalescent.
goodness gracious. Okay, its small size and striking appearance have led scientists to compare it to a stuffed toy. There you go. While they are called squids, they are in fact closer to cuttlefish. They do that a lot of times. They'll be like, like killer whale. It's not a whale.
Yeah.
It's a stubby squid, but it's not a squid. Like,
Not a
stop calling things that already exist that it's not. Like, there's a lot of words in this world. Like, you could pick a word that's
Yeah.
going to be better. You could even make up a word. Do whatever you want. Just stop calling things that they already.
Don't call it something else
Yeah.
that already has a name.
It already has a name. It's already a thing. Yep. Polar and deep water habitats along the Pacific Rim is where they live. Population unknown.
Ooh. At least one. It says they're closer to a cuttlefish than they are to a squid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That is super weird. One of them is only found in the eastern Pacific coast off Santa Catalina Island. So, yeah, sounds like a bunch of different species of them, but some of them are native to certain spots only. That's pretty crazy. All right, they have a soft body that is short and round with a separate head marked by two large complex eyes. Radiating out from the body are 8 suckered arms and 2 long tentacles which retract and extend as needed to grasp dinner or each other. Like, come here, you got me a hug. That's great.
Yeah.
The tentacles end in clubs, which also have suckers. Okay. The mantle of the females measure up to 4.5 inches. Oh my god, it's so little. About twice that of the male. The male is 2 inches.
Oh.
Ooh. Wowee. Okay, the male has 1 arm with a hectocotylized sucker at the dorsal end to allow him to fertilize the female. So he's got like a wiener hand.
Oh, yeah.
We got the old wiener hand trick.
Yeah. That's tricky.
Okay. They produce a great deal of mucus and are sometimes found wearing a jello jacket of mucus to protect themselves from polluted waters.
Oh.
They had to make a jello jacket, which
Good
is a
thing.
kind of cool evolutionary
Pretty
trait,
smart.
though.
This
You know?
water. Humans have been here. Where's my jello jacket? Oh, we got a new follower. Sweet. I can't see
Hello,
what that says.
welcome, new follower. Pleasure to have you.
Hello.
I don't even know what that means.
Kiwik City. Kiwik City.
Do I have a leopard too? I don't know what that means. So I'm going to say no.
Probably not.
But we're talking about deep sea creatures right now.
Yeah.
And we're
We-
learning about these WE squid.
Oh, it's a giant German thing.
You know,
We do not.
maybe next year, though. We have to save up for that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely don't have one in my back pocket. But, all right. So they're native to the Pacific Ocean from Japan to Southern California, including the polar reaches of the Bering Straits. They have a pretty big area
Wow, yeah,
that they
that's a
hang out
large-
in.
That is a large area.
They spend the winters on sandy slopes in moderately shallow water and the summers in deeper water where they breed. Oh, so they go on vacation. All right.
Okay.
And it's good. It gets warm and then they go to the colder places. That is my kind of creature. I love that. It's like, ooh, it's too hot. Let's go to the Arctic. Sounds great.
Yeah. We're going to the Bering Strait.
I'm going to the Bering Strait. Yeah, when disturbed, they turn an opalescent greenish gray color and squirt out a blob of black ink. They're inkers.
Oh, they're inkers.
Octopus and squid ink is usually brown. that has the shape of a squid body. Look at him go. It's so fucking cute. Disturbed. It's a disturbed
He's-
stubby squid swimming.
does
Ooh,
look
that's
so-
hard to say that a bunch of times fast.
Yeah. Disturbed stubby squid swimming. How now, brown
tough.
cow?
Females lay batches of 120 to 150 eggs in batches. So that's a good amount of babies they can do.
It's a good amount of babies.
Okay. Eggs in batches of about 50, and the batches are separated by about 3 weeks. Okay. That is interesting. After 4 to 9 months, they hatch out. Wow, that's a long time, actually.
Yeah.
And the lifespan of a stubby squid is between 18 months to 2 years. All right.
What? So they
That's
can
pretty
be
cool.
an egg for 9 months?
And they
And
only
then
live for like
They
18
only
months.
live for like 18 months? Wow.
That's strange. Cool.
That's fun.
All right. Well, I'm glad
Stubby
we learned
squid
about a
for the
stubby
win.
squid. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. They're pretty cute.
That was
Opalescent
really
stubby squid.
cute. Oh, opalescent
When they're
stubby
disturbed.
squid. It's so cute.
Yeah, I agree with Princess. Like, those eyes don't look like working eyes. Like, those do on the opalescent one. But that purple one,
No, I concur.
they don't look like real eyes.
But yeah, I don't know. They call them complex eyes. Let's get a better
They're
look at this one.
super complex.
Yeah, it's just got the white around it, and then the black. They are very dramatic. So
Very
yeah,
dramatic.
they did look like they could have been camouflage eyes, but it sounds like it's actually not.
Yeah. Go back to the purple guy. I guess so. It's got that membrane around it. Okay.
Okay, this is good. Hold on.
Perfect. Yeah. It's exactly like it.
It's funny.
Weird. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's
So.
just got. It's got its googly eyes on.
Yeah, it's
Googly eye
very,
camo.
very, very strange. Yeah, they even acknowledged it as calling it like a googly eye. Oh, here's a different photo where it's not like super great quality, but that's very intense here. So yeah, so that
Okay.
shows
Yeah.
the white around it and the black. I think it's just because the pupils are so dilated
Yeah.
in these ones that
And
it
it
just
doesn't
makes
have
it
the
look
little
like
weird
ridiculous.
Squid wiggle in the middle of the eyes.
Yeah, or like the cuttlefish eye.
Yeah, because like on.
The guy to the left there.
Yeah, this guy. He's got the little squid wiggle in
Yeah.
the eyeball.
Maybe depending
So-
on the amount of light that's coming in, maybe they
Yeah, maybe it's just open.
dilate or not.
Maybe the pupils are. Or maybe with the light from the submarine or whatever that's on, it's like it closed them down. It was like it was too bright because normally they live in darkness, you know.
Yeah,
So maybe that light hit and it was just like no, and like closed down its little pupils.
that's possible.
Weird.
Yeah, that's super weird, but I love it. I'm a big fan. I think that's super fun. What a cute creature.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm a fan of
Okay.
that squid.
So it's interesting because there's so many different angles that we're gonna cover tonight,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm just not sure where to start because we could just start covering some of the creatures right away, or we could learn about the Mariana Trench, which is the deepest place in the ocean that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
We can also learn about deep sea gigantism and why the creatures end up being that friggin' big.
Yeah,
Which is
I'm intrigued
amazing.
in that one.
We could learn about that. Or there's 10 minutes of fascinating deep sea animals also, so it's just going to show a bunch of animals. Maybe we could learn about why they're big, and then we can start talking about them. And they're
Yeah.
not all big, but there are a lot of really
There's
big
a
ones.
lot of big ones. Yeah, let's do the gigantism. I'm curious.
Okay,
about
let's do it. We're going to learn
giant
about
deep-sea
giant
creatures.
creatures.
Yeah.
Pluto is snoring. So if you're
Pluto
like, what's
is
that all
snoring.
about? Pluto snoring.
The Antarctic Deep is a seemingly prehistoric.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
hold on, it started.
Spoiler
Today's
alert.
video is sponsored by Omaze. Stay tuned for a word from
Omaze.
them at the end. The deep sea is a realm of curiosities. Throughout history, our nightmares have been fueled by tales brought back by seafarers
Or fish.
of giant monsters from the depths and leviathans larger than life. But in the last few decades, deep sea exploration has uncovered a place of wonder, conflict, and beauty.
You call that beautiful?
That's
A
pretty
hidden
fucking beautiful.
world alive with the coruscating dance of bioluminescence,
Yeah.
concealing vibrant reefs and towering cities, supporting communities of organisms in ways that challenge and progress our understanding of life. And although there may be no Lovecraftian horrors lurking in our oceans, it may be true that the deeper you go, the stranger and crucially larger its inhabitants appear. The tendency of deep-sea creatures to grow to sizes far exceeding those of their shallow water counterparts is known as deep-sea gigantism, and it is a phenomenon best exemplified by the invertebrates of this dark and peculiar world. From isopods that exceed 40 centimeters in length to enormous cephalopods. It is a trend that seems illogical for an ecosystem
crazy.
characterized by low food availability and scarcity of prey, where you might expect a larger body to hinder survival.
Trippy creature.
In this film, we'll delve into the research that might help to explain this observation and take a look at some of the giants that rule the depths.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
When it comes to considering the harsh conditions of the deep sea, there is a common misconception that pressure poses a challenge to the animals that reside here. According to NOAA, for every 10 meters or 33 feet you descend, the pressure increases by 1 atmosphere. This means that the bottom of the ocean's twilight zone, 1,000 meters down, sits at around 101 atmospheres of pressure. And yet, life here appears unfazed. Transparent creatures cast adrift in the endless gloom, like this siphonophore, a colony organism comprising hundreds of tiny animals called zooids working together to survive.
Those are so weird. But why
They
is
are
The
so
largest of these siphonophores is able to grow
Hi,
longer than a
Steve.
blue whale.
Hi, Steve. Wow, that's crazy.
They're so fucking
But that
long.
one had like a head on it.
Even
It had, like, a
approaching the
squid head.
ocean's deepest point, the Challenger Deep,
Can you see it?
more than 10,900 meters down, there is
Hold on. Yeah, look, it's got like a head. How is it a bunch of different
the
creatures? with a
largest
head?
of these siphonophores is able to grow longer than a blue whale.
That is long. It's pretty long.
Oh my gosh, they just
Even
keep
approaching the
reproducing.
ocean's deepest point, the Challenger Deep, more than 10,900 meters down, there is life. The deepest known fish, the Mariana snailfish, is able to survive at a depth of 8,000 meters, where water pressure is 801 times greater than at the surface.
Wow.
That's intense.
26,000 feet. Over 26,000
Pressure
feet
isn't
down.
much of an issue for these creatures that are themselves, for the most part, made of water.
The sea pen. the sea cucumber not just
In
squished by the
fact,
pressure?
the buoyancy of ocean life means they don't have to
Wow.
work against gravity. And it is this that allows many of them to grow to such immense sizes
Yeah.
without collapsing under their own weight. This explains how creatures of
camera
the
quit
deep
again?
are able to
Yes.
become so huge.
That fucking
But in order to find out why they do, we need to delve into their biology. Their immense growth has been explained in general terms by two laws, known as Kleber's rule and Bergmann's rule, both of which have attracted significant criticism within the scientific community. Kleber's rule proposed that animals that are larger will tend to be more efficient. A whale, for example, having a mass hundreds of times that of a small fish, will have a metabolism that is significantly slower. This is due to the nature of blood vessels and the circulatory system of animals. As body volume increases, the surface area increases more slowly, so larger animals have smaller surface area to volume ratios, and less energy per gram is lost through heat, requiring less replacement energy per gram.
interesting.
A slower metabolic rate is a huge advantage for animals in the deep sea, due to the scarcity of food down here. Below 200 meters, at the mesopelagic zone, light from the sun fades to a dim haze. This gloom is insufficient to support photosynthesizers like plants, algae, and phytoplankton. With no primary production taking place, the entire food web of deep midwaters must instead rely on scraps of food that sink from the more productive surface waters. A continuous trickle of organic particles known as marine snow, comprising dead material and feces.
Dead poop.
Food is scarce, so energy must be conserved, incentivizing deep-sea animals to grow to larger sizes in order to become more efficient.
Super cool. Vampire squid.
Cool.
Always waving. Hello.
Take the amphipods, for example. These crustacean scavengers are found in every part of the ocean, from beach hoppers hiding away in seaweed on the shore, to 10,911 meters down in the furthest depths of the Mariana Trench.
Wow. Just anywhere, huh?
Here,
They
the
just live
hadal
anywhere.
amphipod takes to the unlit stage, even possessing enzymes that are able to digest wood. They can and do consume just about anything that falls to the sea floor, filling an important ecological function by recycling nutrients from even hard-to-digest material back into the environment. Without them, the seabed would vanish beneath a deluge of dead plant and animal material. These crustaceans can consume detritus at a rate between 60% and 100% of their body weight each day, for they are
Wow.
highly adapted to this task. Their legs have pincers with a movable half and a sharp edge used for tearing off pieces of food. At over 34 centimeters long in the hadal zone of the ocean, the species Alicella gigantea is a slow-moving scavenger which has been observed clumsily stumbling into bait, latching on and gorging itself for hours. But although it is far larger than shallow relatives, its size is not so odd when we consider it has evolved to fulfill a niche that, in shallower water, is occupied by other large bottom dwellers like crabs. One of the most common illustrations of deep-sea gigantism is the colossal squid, a 700 kilogram, 15-meter long creature which dwells 2.1 kilometers below the surface. It is not only the largest invertebrate on Earth, but also has the largest eyes of any animal. But despite its size, very few have ever been observed, let alone filmed in the wild.
Oh, wow. Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Red devils, or Humboldt squid, may reach 2.5 meters
so
in
cool.
length, and are the largest of the so-called flying squids. And below, suspended at depths of around 4,000 meters, an even bigger cephalopod. At 8 meters
Oh,
long,
no,
and
man.
with slender arms and tentacles held perpendicular to the body, the Magnapina, or big fin squid, appears as if it's holding a marionette puppet.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
These
Weird.
long tentacles drape into deeper waters and probe for zooplankton, allowing the squid's body to remain concealed in the dark above as it feeds.
That's so long.
Almost nothing is known about the big fin squid. It was first sighted only 20 years ago and has been captured on film just a handful of times. This is footage of the most recent sighting, captured by one of NOAA's remotely operated vehicles on the 9th of November last year, nearly 2.5 kilometers down in the Gulf of Mexico.
What is that? Ooh. Ooh, a squid. Ooh,
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 yes, a squid.
Ooh, follow it. Look how cool.
I know, it's just so...
It's a big fin squid,
it's
maybe?
ghostly.
Magnapina?
Magnapina?
Oh, man, look at him.
Although deep-sea gigantism tends to affect invertebrates more than any other animal group, it may also explain the morphology of some of the depth's vertebrate residents. Lurking in the cold polar depths of the Arctic Ocean, one of the largest sharks can be found in the gloom. This is a Greenland shark, belonging to a family of deep-water sharks called sleeper sharks. Growing to nearly 7 meters long at depths of over 2,000 meters, they have evolved to enhance their efficiency in a number of ways. A distinction can be made between their structural mass and growth mass. Structural mass, which contributes to internal and external body structures of an animal, requires energy to be used up for maintenance. Reserve mass, however, does not. Growing larger also allows animals to store more food in their reserve mass, and therefore travel greater distances without needing to eat so regularly. The reserve mass of sleeper sharks is immense, with some Greenland sharks weighing in at up to 1,400 kilograms,
Wow.
compared to shallow water
That's a lot of
sharks like
kilograms.
this mako that may weigh between 60 and 400 kilograms. Living up to their name, sleeper sharks are one of the slowest moving sharks in the ocean, cruising along at 0.3 meters per second. Comparing it again with the short-fin mako, the sleeper's caudal fin is shorter and broader, and not suited to continuous high-speed cruising. Instead, it is suited to rapid bursts of acceleration for capturing faster prey, while conserving energy between meals. But these sharks tend not to waste energy on active hunting techniques if they can help it. Instead, they scavenge,
Whoa.
led by their sensitive sense of smell to large food falls like this baleen whale carcass. Here, they will gorge themselves and store large amounts of food in their capacious stomachs.
Capacious.
Phew.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
One study into a 3.7 meter long female sleeper shark from Trinidad, California, revealed its stomach contents had a mass of 136 kilograms. Such immense food stores means large animals can cover greater distances when searching for food or locating a mate. It allows them to rely on nutrient-rich hotspots like the whale falls without starving during the long journeys between them. And what's truly remarkable is that the greatly slowed metabolic rates of these sharks means their lifespans are dramatically extended. When scientists experimented on the lens tissue of 28 female Greenland sharks from the North Atlantic, using radiocarbon dating on the innermost layer of the lens, they estimated the two biggest sharks to be around 335 to 392 years old.
So cool.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep.
But Kleber's rule does not explain why animals that
400
lack a
years old.
digestive system or are sessile and waste very little energy on movement can still exhibit gigantism.
What? What is that?
The sponge grounds of the ocean depths are populated by thousands of animals that demonstrate this.
Sponge grounds.
This sponge, measuring 3.5 meters long and 2.1 meters tall, was found at a depth of 2,134 meters near the Hawaiian Islands in 2015.
Okay.
It is the size of a minivan, and like most denizens of the deep, it survives on marine snow. In the case of this and other deep-sea sponges, its large size may simply be due to a lack of disturbance from waves or typical sponge predators like turtles.
Come on. That's so beautiful.
Hmm.
A second theory that might explain the phenomenon of deep-sea gigantism is Bergmann's rule, which proposes that sea animals tend to increase in body size with a decrease in temperature. It is consistent with the observation that most sea animals that exhibit gigantism are found in colder regions. In the deep sea, the lack of sunlight causes temperatures to plummet. This leads to increased cell size and lifespans, as well as a slowing of metabolic rates. In fact, the phenomenon of gigantism is most prevalent at the Arctic and Southern Oceans, where even in the shallow waters, animals like sea stars, sponges, basket stars, and worms all grow to enormous sizes compared to their warm water counterparts. For well over a century, zoologists and explorers to the poles have recorded their observations from dredging creatures from the depths, including sea spiders the size of dinner plates, with leg spans of 60 centimeters.
Cool.
In other parts of the ocean, the same species of sea spider grows no larger than 1 millimeter.
Whoa. What?
What?
Those are the same species?
1 millimeter.
Creepy.
Wow, that's so pretty.
Yeah. Oh.
2-meter tall giant sponges cling to drop stones, large boulders that fall from passing icebergs, providing islands of rocky habitat on the soft mud for filter feeders to cling to. Thanks to them, feather stars and cold water corals have colonized the region.
It's so majestic.
Well adapted to a stable and
Yeah, they don't
unchanging
even look like
environment,
animals.
these plant-like animals grow very slowly,
Yeah.
but to enormous
Plant-like
sizes.
animals.
Very few fish are found here. Unlike most marine ecosystems where they dominate the food web, fish struggle to survive the freezing temperatures.
They're just smart enough to not go into the cold water.
Instead,
It's
the
cold.
Antarctic deep is a seemingly prehistoric world, dominated by the giant invertebrates. Creatures here belong to a community that has been isolated from the rest of the planet for millions of years. The powerful Antarctic circumpolar current swirls around the frozen continent, creating a steep temperature gradient that stops marine animals from spreading. Their isolation has led to the diversity we see today, and the conditions of this cold underwater world has led to the enormous sizes they demonstrate. A slowed metabolism means many polar
Cute.
inhabitants can be described as
Rock
living in
face.
relative slow motion, extending their lives.
Oh. What is it? Oh, it's fish.
Crucially, warm water holds less dissolved oxygen than cold water, because the faster moving molecules allow oxygen to escape more readily. So, the icy waters at the poles are remarkably oxygen rich.
Okay, that makes sense. I
It
guess.
does. Yeah, it's more dense, so it's holding the oxygen in place.
Yeah.
Okay.
But while low temperatures increase oxygen availability, they also reduce metabolic demand for oxygen due to the slowing metabolic rates, and this creates a far larger ratio of oxygen supply to demand. This releases cold water organisms from oxygen-based constraints on body size that inhibit the growth of animals in the tropics. In other words, they can sustain larger bodies without needing to worry about not accessing sufficient oxygen to maintain them. This is the oxygen temperature hypothesis, and it may underlie another phenomenon called polar gigantism. But if this is indeed the case, then polar giants may be particularly susceptible to warming temperatures, offsetting the fragile balance of their environment.
Mm-hmm.
Climate change is occurring at faster rates at the poles than anywhere else on Earth.
Damn.
Oh, I'd love to see that in person.
Fucking
As the
I bet
ice
that
melts
sounds
and
so
sea
good.
temperatures rise, the once oxygen-rich waters of the poles become depleted, and large-bodied organisms can no longer sustain their metabolic processes. And on top of that, their fragile, once isolated ecosystem has already seen an influx of invasive marine life. King crabs, voracious predators that had been kept at bay by the constraints of the polar front, expand their range as polar seas grow warmer.
Their legs taste so fucking good.
And here they
Yeah.
devastate the sea floor. They
Stop
gorge
devastating the sea
themselves
floor.
on animals that never needed to evolve to defend themselves against such predators.
Oh no.
Mm.
Killer crabs coming at you.
Are we riding one? That's fun.
They put a camera on the back of a king crab.
Just get to ride a crab around. That's a good idea.
It's amazing.
How about we strap this camera to the back of a crab? I'm in.
It's a good idea.
Examining the ecology of oceanic islands may hold the key to understanding polar and deep-sea gigantism. Islands are isolated from other landmasses, and so they tend to develop indigenous biodiversity through diversification of the organisms that arrived there. Over time, they transform to form new species that display an astonishing variety of traits to survive and thrive in their new home. Isolation drives speciation. This process, in which organisms diversify rapidly from ancestral species,
Hi,
is called
Waybug.
adaptive radiation.
Oh, highway bug.
Welcome.
On islands, it
Happy
arises
to
from
see
the
you. We're
unique
learning about
resources
deep-sea
available and the new
creatures.
biotic interactions that in turn open new niches.
I guess we're flying
The only
over
way to
islands at the
survive
moment,
in
but
these unfamiliar worlds is to
we
adapt
were in the
quickly.
deep sea.
We were. And some perspective on
In the
isolation.
Galapagos Islands, 13 species of small land birds, called Darwin's finches, are a classic example of adaptive radiation. Their common ancestor arrived on the Galapagos about 2 million years ago. Since then, they have diversified into 15 new species, each different in body size, beak shape, song, and feeding behavior. With so little competition to hinder their evolution, the finches were able to exploit numerous different lifestyles or niches. Thus, islands create a scale model of evolution. But due to limited resources, competitors, and predators, the diversification of island fauna often follows an ecogeographical rule. In 1964, mammalogist J. Bristol Foster compared 116 island species with their mainland relatives, and observed that many island inhabitants evolved larger body sizes, called insular gigantism, while others became smaller, called insular dwarfism. His explanation was that the smaller animals get larger when predation pressure is reduced due to the absence of predators on many islands, and typically larger animals become smaller when food resources are limited on islands. In 1973, evolutionary biologist Leigh Van Valen formulated a rule based on Foster's study. This became known as the Island Rule. This is demonstrated by creatures like the enormous Galapagos tortoise, which has been isolated for 3 million years, is endemic to these islands, and is the largest living tortoise species on the planet.
It's a terrible view of this tortoise.
I know.
In
what
2006, a study led by biologist Craig R. McLean
Seems like you would edit
examined
that
the
out of it.
gradient from the shallows to the depths, using this same framework of terrestrial islands. They found that the deep sea may be functionally similar to an island. In a fashion that seems to mirror the island rule, the deep sea also has limited resources, limited predators, and is isolated from the rest of the ocean. As a result, there was diversification in the depths too, following a mass extinction event that occurred during the Cenozoic period 65 million years ago. Shallow water creatures ventured deeper after the event and diversified into deep sea fauna. McLean et al. Observed that many deep sea taxa do indeed follow the island rule, such as gastropod mollusks. One of the tiniest gastropods, belonging to the genus Dentimago, dwells in the deep sea and exhibits insular dwarfism in a similar manner to that observed on islands. But in addition, many deep-sea crustaceans, like the giant isopod, grow enormous compared to their relatives that rarely exceed an inch or two in shallow waters. Down here, they can grow to 40 centimeters in length and weigh approximately 1.7 kilograms.
Wow.
Mhm.
And they're only an inch at the surface? What?
Yeah.
These examples suggest that overall trends in body size for deep-sea animals are a result of reduced resources available in this environment. They will tend to converge on an optimal size for their particular ecological strategy and habitat. But unlike islands where limited resources selects for smaller body sizes, the opposite is true for the deep sea, as animals are not confined to a limited spatial range, and so can travel larger distances in search of food, thus requiring larger bodies to sustain them on these journeys. It's also been suggested that there is simply an evolutionary opening for larger body sizes in the deep sea, perhaps caused by the absence of many predators capable of feeding on larger organisms. For example, one of the only known predators of the 13-meter-long giant squid is the sperm whale, which must venture down into the depths from the surface to feed on them.
Whoa.
Or
Sperm whale eats
perhaps
those
the
giant
need for
squids?
animals to conserve energy simply means an active hunting lifestyle is less favorable.
I did not know that whales were eating those giant squids.
No, they dive all the way down there? That's a long way for a fucking whale to go.
Overall, deep sea gigantism demonstrates the role of natural selection in driving evolution and survival, particularly for an environment characterized by challenging conditions and limited resources. Evolution tends towards the most effective
that's my
adaptations
ghost
to
shark,
grant
my
animals the
chimera.
best chances
Yeah,
of
I like-
survival. And whether
I like those
large or
guys.
small, evolution selects for the best adapted body size to survive these
They
conditions.
kind of look like they're stitched together.
Yeah. They do.
Though widely debated and often controversial, the research that has been done into the science behind deep-sea gigantism has significant implications in the human world. It is believed that climate change may have a greater impact on ocean dwellers than any other population of animals. As the colder oceans warm up, the balance of temperature, oxygen supply, and what organisms are present will throw the equilibrium off course. And the giants, which rely so heavily on this fine balance, may be the first to go.
A little isopod.
Giant
it up,
isopod.
Mike.
Yeah, live it up.
This portion of the
Underwater
video
roly-poly.
is sponsored by Omaze, which has a sweepstake on right now where you have a chance to win a Tesla Model S Apex, an electric
the
car that can do 0 to 60.
That was really
Wow, that was cool.
great.
Yeah, I did not expect it to be that good.
No, me neither. I feel like I learned a lot.
Definitely learned some things. Giant squids hunted by whales?
That's nuts.
That's crazy. Yep. That's a giant squid.
That's a big snack.
It's a big snack.
I mean, it's big whale, so big snack for a big whale.
Guess so, yeah.
Wow,
Weird.
that was really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and learning about how it makes their bodies more efficient is really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Which it's weird to me that the cold weather theory, because with I'm just gonna fix this screen while we're talking, because like in colder or in warmer temperatures, like when you look at like tropic temperatures and stuff, tropic areas, it seems like they're the ones that have the giant bugs and like more, at least more creatures, maybe not larger, but like Florida has giant bugs compared to colder areas. Like, so it seems weird that the cold water would make things grow large, but cold climate is not. But I guess the water holding the oxygen, that makes sense.
Yeah. But you're right, yeah, tropical regions, they normally have much larger
Yeah,
bugs.
larger creatures, at least insects anyways. But I know insects are very susceptible in temperatures and climate changes as far as their size and shape go. Insects are very susceptible, I guess, because their generations are so short. You know, they evolve quicker because they roll through so many generations. But so maybe they just change fast. But I don't know. But I thought that was weird with the cold water thing. But I guess it does make sense with the oxygen levels. Because that's what, whenever like dinosaurs and stuff were around, they were real big because of the oxygen levels in the atmosphere. Like there was more oxygen in the atmosphere at the time. So all the insects that were the giant dragonflies and like, you know, all the big bugs, it was because they had more oxygen.
Sure. There's a
accessible.
lot more oxygen down below in the cold areas.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of space, and there's not as many predators. Like, there's a lot of things that allow for them to be gigantic.
Yeah, and then being able to store their food, because food can be sparse. So being big enough to have enough food to store it, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
That was really, really neat.
Yeah, super cool
That
though.
was really, Cool. All right. So we learned about giant creatures.
Giant creatures in the ocean.
And even some little ones too, but we really focused on.
I wish I could store
that.
food. You can. You just have to store it in the pantry instead of in your belly. We store our food in the fridge.
In the pantry, in the fridge. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do we
Man,
go?
I don't know.
Where do we go?
I'm really trying to decide. I'm really having a hard time because I want to do everything at once, but I'm trying to figure out the best flow that's going to make it work. There is.
Is the Mariana Trench one about creatures? Does it
Not
talk-
specifically, it's just about like going and visiting the depth, as far as I understand. So
Okay.
I think maybe we'll save that towards the end if we have time for that at the end.
Yeah. Let's do the creatures like the, what was the 10 fun creatures? One that we almost
We
did
could do
before
that.
this one.
Okay.
Let's do more creatures.
Okay. 10 minutes of fascinating deep sea animals.
Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. That's the perfect amount of minutes of fascinating animals that I was looking for.
Oh my god. I'm
Okay.
so excited about
Well,
this
look
because
at it
there's
go.
so many crazy creatures in this
Peacock
movie.
squid, look at it go.
Dude.
What? That's ridiculous.
It's so crazy. That's a creature.
Who made that?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Psychedelic jelly.
Psychedelic jelly. That is a psychedelic jelly.
I want to make a sculpture of that with wire.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my hair like that.
You could make a hat like that for Halloween.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah. Oh, blob sculpin.
With lips. DSL's good on there.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, what? It's so cute. It's like a little ball.
Midwater octopus.
Looks very similar to the googly-eyed squid.
Yeah, it does. They're probably related. They're cousins.
Ah!
Oh, the sea devil angler.
That is seriously ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
They're
ugly.
so cool though.
So cool.
Oh, look at that fin go. With that pointy jawbone. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Spiny dreamer angler. How many species of anglers did we learn that there were?
Over 200, I think it was.
Yeah. Quite a bit, there's a lot. The swimming sea cucumber.
Wow.
Oh, isn't that the one that they call the Spanish dancer or whatever? Is that the same one?
That's got like the red
Where like it
flappy doodads,
flaps?
though. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a snipe. Oh.
Oh.
We're going on a snipe hunt. Ooh.
Wow.
A blue shark.
Blue shark.
Why are you so blue, shark?
Don't be blue.
Oh, it did have a blue stripe. Look at it.
Wow.
Oh, it is kind of blue. Whoa. Okay. Good name for
Whoa.
that shark. Oh, we're twirling.
The silky jelly.
That was a pretty good twirl move you got there. A little silky.
Wow.
Oh.
Strawberry squid.
Oh, it does look like a strawberry.
It does look like a strawberry.
Oh, with its one big eyeball.
Oh my god, Mom, are you watching? This is so cool. You'd love strawberry squid.
Kirby, yeah, the anglerfish are kind of terrifying. They are monsters for sure.
Yeah.
A little clear guy. Good job. It's one of those weird shrimp guys.
That's so crazy,
Just,
the
like,
clear bodies.
Perfectly clear, yeah.
Wonder why they call that the cross jelly.
I don't know. Doesn't have a cross, it's got an X.
X jelly.
Should be the X jelly. Or,
Those little thin tentacles are so cool.
yeah.
Oh, I love those guys. The frilled jelly.
Is that not the same? Oh, you almost got hit by a squid, little jelly. Good move. That's not the same as the psychedelic jelly?
No.
They look the same at first.
This guy's smaller, I think. Wow, here's Peacock Squid
Little
again.
peacock squid again. He's good. Look at his little happy face.
That is crazy that
Smiley
exists.
face.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
he's got colors too.
Hello.
Look at his little face. Yeah. And his little tentacles out there.
Oh, vampire squid here.
Yeah.
That's crazy because it like blew up its little blanket body.
Yeah, like made it look like. It did look like a cartoon. Yeah.
It did. It really did.
Oh.
Rat tail fishes. Wow, look at his eyeballs.
He looks concerned.
He does.
I don't know, man.
It's like climate change is really bumming me out these days. Bathyal squid.
It's that weird ghosty thing around its face.
A ghost. It's haunted.
Sword tail. Yeah. Oh. Cool. Freaking aliens, man. These are
Yeah.
all aliens.
Owl fishes. Okay. Oh, good, Mom. I'm glad you're watching and you saw the strawberry
Oh
squid.
yeah, strawberry squid. The Humboldt squid. Oh. Chomp. Eating a different squid.
The helmet jelly. Oh, it does look like a hat.
It does.
Tell you that much.
And it's eating a market squid. Oh, it's a jellyfish eating a squid?
Wow.
Wow. How big is
Ain't
that
that some
jellyfish?
shit.
I guess squids get small.
Black-eyed squid. Oh.
Eating an owlfish. That's a big fish for you to be eating there,
That
squid.
fish doesn't look like he's trying super hard.
The squid might have venom, like paralyzing venom or whatever.
Oh, good point. Huh. It looks like a burrito.
He's taking his taco for a walk. Me and this taco are out of here.
The black-eyed squid eating another black-eyed squid. Oh my god, it's cannibal.
Oh, cannibal squid.
Cannibal squid, cannibal squid. Swarthy snake tooth. You know what? You're a swarthy snake tooth.
Whatever.
It's a robust swarthy snake tooth right now.
Giant whip
A
nose.
whip nose angler.
Oh, there's another angler, Sarah. With a long whip nose thing. Oh,
Pacific viper fish.
ooh. Oh, I think they have the giant mouth too. Yeah, look at those teeth. Their mouth opens up to like a giant gape. It's like,
Talk about some buck teeth. What?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, Pacific black dragon. Oh,
dun, dun,
the little
dun.
lore.
Yeah. Those little goatee he's got going. I like that. It's a good goatee. Ooh. Long nose chimera. Yeah, these chimeras, Sammy and I were talking about them earlier. I really like the chimera. This one is a different species, but the other one earlier, I really like them. They're just like weird. It's like a ghost shark, is what they're called. A feather star.
That's so freaking cool.
It's like a living flower.
It is. It's so magical.
Midwater bristleworm. It's very British.
A lot of bristles.
A lot of bristles. Oh, yeah. The threadfin snailfish.
That's so funny, Kirby. That you.
You don't like the anglers? I like anglers. They're freaking weird.
You just got a new anglerfish tattoo.
Yeah.
That was Kalila's art, but it's cute. It's not so angry looking. Well,
That's the chimera. One of the ones I like. A little fun face.
Rabbit-eared comb jelly.
What?
Rabbit-eared.
Weird. How does this jellyfish work? I don't understand how this one works. That's a weird.
I don't know. Jellies are so fucking
Oh.
cool. The shining bomber worm.
Oh.
Wow, look, it's
Oh,
little like.
look at his little things. Ah, that's fun.
Weird. I like him.
Yeah, I like that. Panda bear.
What? Panda bear sea angel? What the fuck is this?
What is that?
Oh
Bear
my
sea-
god.
Looks like it's glowing.
Panda bear sea angel. Hold on. Googling
Red
it.
balloon jelly.
We can't forget about that one.
Mm-mm.
Oh, barely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those guys are trippy.
Those are one of the weirdest looking creatures ever. That was the fucking best.
That was great.
Oh,
All right, Panda
my
Bear
God.
Sea Angel. We need to
Yeah,
learn about
yes.
the Panda
Oh,
Bear Sea
5,000,000%.
Stat.
Got this.
What is that?
We got this. Wow, that was really good. Okay. I'm yelling again to take the caps off. Panda Bear Sea Angel!
Yeah, what's Panda Bear Sea Angel all about? Learning. Live learn. This is what I call a live learn.
Oh, damn it. Of course.
Oh, to change the camera real quick too.
Oh, yeah. Do the camera thing. Right quick.
Switch the cam.
I don't know why our GoPro.
I don't know why the new camera is not doing that. Okay.
It's like extreme close up.
Yep, we are extreme close up. Wait for it.
We're going to learn about sea angels. And I'm excited about it. A panda bear sea angel. What the fuck? That's one of the cutest things of all time.
Yeah,
Thank you, darling.
he's never heard.
Look
Never
at
heard of that.
these
Well-
ones. So this is just sea angels in general.
Just
And we're going to learn about the panda bear, but I wanted to find out what the deal is.
yeah.
Okay. It might look like an angel, but it's really a prowling predator. It
While the
removes
graceful movements of this swimming snail may make it look like an angel, it's really a predator. It's a snail.
Diet sea butterflies. What is
butterflies.
going on?
What are-
Relatives: sea butterflies, sea slugs, and snails. What are sea angels? It's a type of swimming fucking snail. A muscular foot found in land snails has evolved into a pair of wing-like structures called parapodia that are used for swimming in open water. Sea angels have a small, transparent, gelatinous body and do not have a shell. What?
While sea butterflies are usually smaller and have shells. So sea butterflies are like snails, and the sea angels are like slugs. That's like a slug and a snail.
Get out of here.
What's a sea butterfly? I don't know what that is.
Oh, let's check this video out. Oh my god, look at it flapping.
Flap, flap.
Don't worry, we're gonna get to the panda bears. But this, I mean, we just need to learn about sea angels in general. Oh my god. What a magical planet.
Yeah, that guy's fun.
It looks like he's working really hard.
He does. Isn't that who?
No way. This cannot be real. You were just sending me anything yet where I can look it up. Hey, H Money.
H money.
Hi.
Reminds me of an episode of Adventure Time. Yeah.
So it says sea angels are predators that devour other swimming snails. Hi, bye.
What?
Yawn there, including sea butterflies. It is a very selective eater. It feeds exclusively on sea butterflies. When the sea angel comes in contact with a prey item, it pushes out finger-like tentacles from its head that grab onto the prey. The sea angel then uses hook-like appendages to pull the prey out of its shell and into the angel's gut. The whole process can take from 2 to 45 minutes.
Ew. That's too long of a death.
So sea angels are an important food source for several animals, including jellies, ctenophores, fishes, baleen whales, and birds. In the dimly lit waters of the deep sea, the sea angel's transparent body helps it hide from predators.
Yep.
Alright. Oh, that's the tentacles that come out of its fucking head.
Whoa, look at it go. That makes it look like a predator for sure.
Yo.
It went from being angelic to being predatory.
Yeah, and it's got like this like kind of Dracula cape kind of look. Like
Yeah,
it's
the
very
little
sinister looking.
Fin things come out of there. Those are cool. Wow. And then those little tentacles pull back, and it's like, what? I'm cute. I'm just a cute little sea angel. La, da, da.
I mean, yeah, this looks pretty cute.
Yeah.
What? I'm just an angel. Everything's fine. I'm
I'm
good.
just an angel.
And then it's like,
Just a little sea angel.
I'm really connecting with the sea angel right now. Looks like it'd be nice, but I can have tentacles come out of my head too, and I'll eat you if I need to.
I've seen it. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Cool fact: sea angels have small wings compared to their relatives, the sea butterflies, but they are strong swimmers. Using a sculling motion, sea angels are able to swim fast and maneuver quickly.
Okay.
Okay, well that was great.
Yeah.
So now we're going to specifically look at the panda bear one.
Yeah, oh, it's only 13 seconds.
It's better than nothing.
Oh, look at it go.
Oh my god.
Panda bears. Sea angel. That's fun.
The other one looked like it was straining to move, and this one it looks all graceful.
It's pretty graceful, yeah. It's got bigger wings though, so. Like it looks like it crosses its arms.
It does.
Weird.
My mind is blown.
Yeah, I've never heard of these things. Sea angels and sea butterflies. Okay. Angels, no shell. Butterflies, have shell. Okay.
Come on, go back. Why are you not wanting to go back?
I don't know what I would.
I'm really intrigued by this creature.
The deadly sea angels.
Oh.
There we go.
Angel of Death. Oh, this is going to be fucking sick. We're going to learn about these little bitches right now.
Angel
Thanks
of
to the
Death.
Monterey Bay Aquarium and the research and
Cool.
technology partner Embari for partnering with us on this episode of SciShow. They are
Sir,
super
I
excited
bet it.
for folks to
Yeah.
learn about the deep sea. In ocean
Transparent
waters
parties,
around
like
the
being
world,
naked,
from the
but
poles to the
hardcore.
tropics, you can
Yeah.
find tiny, nearly transparent sea slugs with a pair of appendages in the shape of wings. As far as slugs go, these so-called sea angels are pretty adorable, but they're also pretty ferocious predators.
Ooh.
They've evolved that way because for as long as they've been around, they've been in an evolutionary arms race
Oh,
with
yeah,
their
there's
main
a sea
prey,
butterfly. It's
the
got a
sea
shell.
butterfly. And by exploring just how
We're
these
gonna do
angelic-looking
sea
We're gonna
slugs
look into those
conquer
too.
their prey, we can uncover the fascinating adaptations this species has developed to survive. Now, it can be a little hard to imagine these creatures as terrifying predators because, aside from the angel wings, they're not exactly huge. Like the biggest ones are around 7 centimeters long, and many measure less than 2 centimeters. Plus, aside from the wings, they basically look like regular land slugs. They're
Yeah.
technically pteropods, a group that falls under the same taxonomic umbrella as land snails and slugs. But
Okay, so
out
it
in
is
the
like a
ocean, far from the slow, innocuous garden pests we know, sea angels are
Floppy
ruthless
seas.
hunters.
That's
They
like a
feed
slug
on
with
other
wings.
swimming snails, including the sea butterfly, a
Whoa.
close relative of theirs that lives in a shell.
Wow.
And thanks to some incredible adaptations,
a
sea angels have become experts at hunting down and devouring their prey. One advantage the sea angels have
snail
is
with
that
wings.
despite being slugs,
frog with
there's nothing snail-paced about them. They can zip through the water at 10 centimeters per second, almost as fast as a goldfish, which is enough to easily outpace their prey. Sea butterflies' top speed is less than half as fast. Sea angels get this speed from their wings, which act like oars on a boat, propelling them straight through the water with up to 3 strokes a second. Oddly enough, their wings have evolved to be smaller than their relatives, but thanks to their swimming technique, sea angels are still faster. They're not always zooming around, but they're capable of bursts of speed when they need it. But sea angels don't just rely on speed to capture their prey. Sometimes they do the opposite of chase. They just wait. For instance, one species of sea angel has basically figured out how to be the world's laziest predator. It literally gets its prey to reel it in. The reason it works is because this sea angel preys on a type of sea butterfly that feeds with the help of a mucus web. It's roughly the same concept as a spider web, except instead of silk, it's made of mucus that the sea butterfly expels from its foot. Which, yes, a sea butterfly has feet. Or foot. Singular.
That's one
They're
foot.
really just modified swimming appendages. Anyway, normally sea butterflies use this web to catch plankton and other floating particles.
Oh, it
Then,
sends out
when
like
it's
a
mealtime,
mucus web?
they pull the web back in and eat the food they've caught. Except sometimes they end up reeling in something that wants to eat them. Because now and then, a hungry sea angel attaches itself to one of these webs.
And just
Then, when
waits.
the sea butterfly pulls it in, the tables turn and the sea angel eats the sea butterfly. Among
wow.
other animal
That's smart.
species, hunting is often an extremely expensive part of a predator's energy budget. But this passive hunting technique is a remarkable adaptation that lets this species of sea angel conserve energy while keeping itself well fed. Whether a sea angel chases down its meal or has itself delivered straight to its prey, it wastes no time digging in. And it essentially uses built-in silverware stored in the top of its head to eat efficiently. It can't just devour the sea butterfly whole because it's in a shell, so the sea angel opens its mouth and extends a set of terrifying looking tentacles called buccal cones to scoop the sea butterfly out. These tentacles are tricked out with hooks, barbs, some even have suction cups like octopus tentacles. So the sea angel reaches these into the opening of the shell and uses the hooks on them to yank tissue from the sea butterfly towards its mouth.
Damn,
With
that's
its
fucked up.
mouth, it holds onto that tissue while its tentacles reach back into the shell to grab more of the sea butterfly until the whole thing is out of the shell and ready to eat. This process is so fast that sometimes the sea angel devours its whole meal in just 2 minutes. There's no other creature that
Sometimes
hunts
it's
and eats
45
quite
minutes.
like the sea angel. And one important reason why these whimsical looking creatures develop such specific and ferocious hunting tactics is because they eat an incredibly specific diet. Some species eat only sea butterflies. So, as sea butterflies evolved to outsmart sea angels evolved further to keep up with their prey. The two have basically been playing evolutionary chess forever. And it shows us just how many evolutionary moves a species is capable of when it meets its match. Thanks for watching this episode of SciShow, which was a collab with Monterey Bay Aquarium. They worked together with Embari on an
handy.
exhibition
Yeah, that's super handy.
Into the Deep, exploring our undiscovered ocean, to give visitors to the aquarium a rare look at some of the animals that thrive in the least explored area of the planet, the deep sea. So go check out our fronds at the aquarium. Their YouTube channel has
Fronds.
awesome videos about the deep sea, and on the aquarium's website, you can make a donation to support their exhibits, education programs, and ocean conservation work.
Sweet.
Okay, yeah.
I'm into it. Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
That
Sea angels.
was fucking cool.
Yeah, so the angels and the butterflies, they're like sea slugs and sea snails, but they've evolved like flapping appendages, like wings. They let them swim around. So that's fun.
I can't even believe it.
I could not believe it.
Okay, let's see.
One picture.
Is it real?
Oh, there's one that's going.
Okay. Oh, there's a couple different ones. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do.
This is exciting. I'm excited.
Me too.
Oh. Okay, so this is the sea butterfly. Yeah, it's got the little shell on it. It's hard to move with the shell.
It is.
Oh, flappa flappa.
Weird. What if the butterfly ditches the shell and becomes an angel? Boom. Camouflage.
That's camo, for sure.
I mean, that would be super smart, actually.
Very smart. Okay. How did you see that? Swimming around the giant ocean and you found this thing. It's weird that it's clear and so is the shell. Yeah, right. They're
That's
so
so
tiny.
weird. Those guys are crazy. These guys are crazy. Sea butterflies in danger. This is the swimming snails of the sea.
Yeah, yeah, that one. Pteropods. Okay.
Sarah, I saw Fern Gully. We should watch that.
We should watch
Did you
Ferngully.
know there are snails
like
that spend
Ferngully.
their entire lives swimming or drifting in the ocean and never touching the bottom? Instead of crawling over reefs, rocks, and kelp, their muscular foot has evolved into a pair of wings, allowing them to take advantage of the
Oh.
Earth's largest habitat, the open waters between the sea's surface and bottom. Pteropoda, the Latin name for these snails, means wingfoot. They are
Wingfoot.
planktonic animals, so they are carried along by ocean currents. The pteropods are a widespread and diverse group and play an important role in the oceanic food web. There are two distinct types of pteropods: those with thin, lightweight shells and those that have completely lost their shells. The shelled pteropods produce a net of sticky mucus to trap marine snow,
That's a big net.
material made of dead plant and
is.
animal remains, fecal matter, sand, and dust that falls from shallower water. These particles are constantly sinking through the water column, and there is still plenty of nutritious material contained in them. The ability to passively collect your next meal in a drifting net is a great energy-saving
It's
adaptation to
really
living in the open
smart.
ocean.
It's cool.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
The mucus web
pteropods
is
without
weird.
shells are all carnivorous, and as far as we know, feed solely upon shelled pteropods. They have sets of curved hooks and suckers or sticky tentacles that are tucked inside the head when they are not actively feeding. When they contact a shelled pteropod, these feeding structures come out to grasp and pull the prey out of its shell. We do not yet know how these pteropods locate their prey, though given that they don't have eyes, they likely use something akin to a sense of smell, or they swim around until they happen to bump into their favorite snack. Pteropod shells are made of
They
calcium
gotta have
carbonate,
some idea of
the
where
same
they're
material
going
many marine
somehow.
organisms secrete to form
They're
shells,
so tiny,
such
you
as
can't just
clams,
swim around till
or
you run
hard
into
supportive
something.
skeletons, like corals.
That makes no sense.
There are different ways to produce a calcium carbonate shell, and unfortunately for pteropods, their shells are very sensitive to changes in ocean chemistry. As the acidity of the ocean increases, the fragile pteropod shells are vulnerable to dissolving, challenging the health and growth of these species. This could spell bad news not only for pteropods, but also for the variety of animals, including fishes, sharks, squids, and marine mammals that eat them. The wide diversity of pteropods is a fascinating example of how animals can evolve to take advantage of a habitat where you would never expect to find them. This is Stephanie Bush at the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute.
I'm subscribing to this channel.
Yeah, that's a
This
good
is
channel.
a great Monterey Bay Aquarium channel.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys have ever been. Have you guys ever been to the Monterey Bay Aquarium? I went many, many moons ago. So I don't remember too much about it. It was like 20 years ago, but it was awesome. I remember being mind blown and thinking how absolutely amazing.
Is that the one? Can we do one?
Yes.
Oh, it's the same
Oh,
one.
it's the
Damn.
same
Seen it. It moves fast though. It's like S-Car on the go.
I do want to. I do want to Google it though.
Sea butterfly.
Pluto's just making some happy noises for you guys.
Yeah. Damn, look how pretty that is. That
What?
is so pretty.
No way. It's a snail with a winged foot.
What? That's crazy. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
That's my new creature intrigue. That one, look at it go. Looks like a beta fish coloration.
It does. Whoa, dude. Yes, that is Pluto, Thera. Oh, he just got up and walked
He
away.
got up to
Oh,
leave
he's
because he
trying to
heard
leave.
we were talking about him.
Yeah,
But he
he's
has
just
to play
purring
the
up
cuddle
a storm.
taps first.
Hi, buddy.
You guys want some Pluto ASMR?
So cute. Oh, wow.
Whoa, look at it go. I like that.
Is that its mucus blob?
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh. What the fuck is going on here?
You know, just sea butterflying it up.
That's one of the most beautiful photos I've ever seen.
That's a really good photo.
Wow. I can't figure out the anatomy of what's going on in here. Like, where's
I
its
think that's-
fucking shell?
That's the shell. That's not the mucus blob. That's the shell.
The little, like, polka dots on it?
Yeah, so there's like the side view of it right there. But yeah, that's the little shell, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing, but... These are so cool. Yeah, do that little side view guy right there. That's a little bitty thing. Picture wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be.
That's okay. Wow. Well, that's neat. I'm glad that we covered that.
Yeah.
That is just shocking. Those are really, 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 really cool.
That is shocking. I'm shocked. Cool.
It's fucking neat, dude. Let's just hit Sea Angels real quick and just look at their cuteness one more time before we go. They're cute.
What? That one says, I explode for my babies. What does that mean? It's a 2-minute video. I feel like we should learn about that. Do we explode?
I mean, I guess it's only one way to find out, huh?
Yeah.
Originally, these two groups were
You're
classified
right.
together in an order called Pteropoda, but things have changed. Sea angels and sea butterflies are now each classified in their own orders.
Ooh.
Because these animals do look rather similar on the surface, we'll be discussing both groups in this episode. But maybe by the end, you'll have picked up on some of the differences between sea angels and sea butterflies. These mollusks are often referred to as sea slugs, though perhaps that gives the wrong impression. For starters, there are already animals commonly known as sea slugs, the nudibranchs, who aren't classified with these animals. But hey, they still kind of look like slugs, right? Well, maybe
A
the
little bit.
sea angels do, since they are completely lacking in a shell. But sea butterflies may more appropriately be called
So
sea
Flap, flap,
snails,
flap, flap,
because
flap.
these animals do have shells. Sea butterflies and sea angels are both protandrous hermaphrodites, meaning they both have male and female reproductive organs at some points in their lives. But they start out with male sexual organs developing first. Even though these animals have both sets of gametes, they still require a partner to produce offspring. While mating, they'll cling to one another for upwards of 4 hours. During
Whoa.
this time, they may even hunt for food. For the kinds of food these animals seek
Taking
is
him out to dinner,
dependent on
baby.
the type
Yeah.
of animal. Sea butterflies collect food in the form of plankton and marine snow on tiny hair-like structures that can appear just about anywhere on their bodies, depending on the species. These hair-like structures, called cilia, may be on the sea butterfly's mantle or even inside the shell. Sea angels, on the other hand, are more active predators. They will hunt their food and can swim and beat their wings much faster than sea butterflies. The wings of both sea angels and sea butterflies are modified feet.
The foot of a mollusk is the structure they use to get around. So while terrestrial mollusks use it for creeping, the sea angels and sea butterflies use their feet for swimming.
For
These
flapping.
animals are pelagic, meaning they live in the open ocean, and they may be found from the surface of the water to more than 500 feet
And it'd be trippy
deep.
if snails
And because
evolved to
these
get
two
wings
groups
and they start
occupy the
flying
same
around.
waters, they definitely
Or
come in
flying
contact
snails.
with one another. This leads us to the diet of sea angels, which is none other than sea butterflies. The discarded shells of sea butterflies even pile up at depths of more than 2,400 feet, where they form what's called a pteropod ooze. In tropical waters, where they're most abundant, sea angels and sea butterflies may be less than an inch long. But in temperate and even polar regions, they reach more than 3 inches. It may also be that those living in colder regions live longer. However, on average, they probably don't even live up to a year. Large groups of sea butterflies and sea angels may draw the attention of larger animals like herring, salmon, or even baleen whales. In fact, when herring eat numerous amounts of sea butterflies, their internal organs will become stained, and the fish will develop what's known in the fishing world as black gut.
Oh,
Now, when
you
these
got the
animals
black
eventually
gut.
part ways from their partners after having all kinds of other adventures in the process, they'll release their eggs. Typically, these are released in mucus batches, but some species actually brood their eggs. The eggs will remain in a brood pouch, but the young eventually take over the parent's body. When they get
What?
big enough, the babies will be released as the parent's body disintegrates. As the larvae of sea angels develop, they'll forego their shells, but sea butterflies will retain theirs throughout their short lives. For
What,
more
so they
facts on
start
sea
out with
angels
shells and then
sea
they grow out
butterflies,
of them?
check out the links in the description. Thank you to
I
Jenny
thought it was
for
saying
today's request.
evolutionarily.
Give
I don't know.
I
That's
don't know,
a
it said that the
confirming
sea
thing.
angels grow out of their shells while the sea butterflies keep them. I think it was saying from like birth, whenever they birth, they have shells of some kind and then they grow out of it or it grows away. Weird. That's what I got out of it.
Interesting.
They're Sith. Yeah, they're totally Sith.
That's crazy that the babies live inside of it. Sometimes they come out and sometimes they just sit in there and then just take over
Just
the
take over.
parent's body. That's
And then the parent disintegrates.
dude.
And just like, okay. Which I wonder if that's kind of just the end of the parent's like lifespan anyway, because she was saying they don't really seem to live very long anyway. So
sure.
I wonder if they get pregnant and by the time they're done being pregnant, they're on their way out, and that's just kind of them dying anyway. And the babies are like, "Oh, we're next," you know.
Weird.
Very weird.
That's
That
super
would be good
weird.
timing, though. Then
That's a very
if I was gonna have babies, I would
Bizarre
want to do it
creature.
right when I died.
yeah. So you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah. Or be there for the birthing process.
Bye.
If I could die and just have them explode out of me, that'd be cool. That's one way.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Wow. That was weird. Okay. Oh, we should talk about the Dumbo octopus since we're talking about cute things.
Okay.
What do you say?
Okay.
I love the Dumbo octopus. It's so fucking cute. Since we're talking about flapping little creatures, I feel like Dumbo octopus is a very perfect
Yeah.
segue.
It's pretty good.
here.
It's like a large version.
Oh my god,
of
Dumbo octopus.
The Dumbo octopus is a deep-sea cephalopod with a bell-shaped semi-gelatinous body.
It sounds like
There
sadness
are
from
around a
Inside
dozen
Out.
species.
Yeah.
They live near the ocean floor in many places around the globe, at depths to about 23,000 feet deep, making them among the deepest known octopuses. They live in very cold water, under intense pressure, with no sunlight. 2 fins are located on their mantle. The fins resemble the ears of an elephant. Their arms are webbed. When floating with their tentacles flared out, they look like open umbrellas. They flap and wave their fins to hover above the ocean floor, looking for crustaceans, worms, and other food. The octopus drops onto prey and eats it whole. Dumbo octopuses are serrate octopuses, meaning that they belong to a group of deep-sea octopuses that have slender protrusions trailing from their suckers called cirri. Some
Derby, have you seen
species have
Inside
small
Out?
gills,
That movie?
and some have large gills. There is no breeding season. Females can store sperm for a long period of time after mating with a male. Females carry multiple eggs at different stages of development. When ready, they lay the large eggs on hard surfaces on the
I like
ocean
tentacles.
floor. The eggs take a long time to
Tentacles are
develop,
cool.
and there is no evidence of parental care. They hatch as well-developed juveniles. For more marine
This is a
facts,
very
click
well-developed
the
juvenile.
subscribe button.
Wow. That was pretty cute.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I love how it's like, oh, you're learning about sea creatures. Would you like to watch The Fifth Element? Like,
Yeah, I love
yes,
Fifth
how
Element.
did you know that?
Or Fern Gully.
Or Crimson Riot.
I do like Fern Gully.
It knows me so
Yeah, Crimson Riot.
Yeah. Wow. Dumbo octopuses, man. Okay, this is
Multipass. Lilu Dallas Multipass.
yeah.
I love the Fifth Element too.
I made that joke earlier today to the guy that was here talking about the Doors and everything, and he said he grew up in Hungary, and he didn't know anything about like pop culture and stuff. So I was like, he had no idea what the fuck I was talking about when I said Lily Dallas Multipass. He did not know.
Mm-mm.
That's okay. I knew.
It's so adorable. How
You
cute.
got time. I'll buy you time.
And if you look these guys up, they have these weird looking like ear flaps, which is they're not ears, but
They're not weird, they're cute.
they are cute. But that's how they got their name. You know, Dumbo the elephant.
He is so adorable. Oh.
That's your
Yeah.
your shot right there. Oh,
Beauty
so
shot.
cute.
Yeah. There we go.
Poke it.
Yes. Oh.
So if you heard us with exclaiming about the
What's that?
octo,
Oh, something's coming for you.
and you can't look, or you're missing it, or you're in the shower and you're listening to us, well, we'll capture that, and I'm sure it'll be up on the webpage
Why are we
once
not
our
looking at that thing
production
behind
team.
You're about to get pulled.
No, I got some time. I
Oh,
still
it's a
have
jelly.
my mobile.
I'm surprised.
Oxygen
I'm surprised he hasn't
What's
like
our oxygen level?
changed to a browner color.
Jeremy?
Oh yeah,
It is
sorry.
9 micromoles per liter.
Wow. It's gone
Oh
up
wow,
a lot.
it has gone
And
up
we
a
have
lot.
about 5. The soap's getting a little bit better for us.
What was it, 9?
Oh, he's so cute. I wonder if he knows his brother is just like.
Well, you got a better shot of his ear flaps.
And there's a
Oh,
shark.
there he is.
Oh, awesome! He's got his ear flaps going.
And he's moving
He's
his
closing
arms
his
and-
eyes.
Oh, and funny. We can see. He's shy.
Oh.
Totally.
He's stage fright. Oh, poor thing. This is
Who
not.
woke me up? Go away.
He's like, stop looking at me.
You can see his siphon.
I'm not
opening and
cute, I'm
closing
vicious.
Oh yeah, and the,
behind his head.
He's breathing
It's
heavily.
really his entire body,
So
not just his head.
This is almost like a pose picture. We have a jellyfish, Dumbo, a
Flatfish.
flatfish, and a shark, all like in the screen at the same time. Sorry, back to you.
And another guy came in just to.
Oh yeah, he's jealous.
That's a rocket one.
We got another flatfish that came in.
He's
too.
trying to sneak in.
They extend
The
out.
commentary.
Yeah.
you
Oh,
see his
oh.
little
I'm
fuckers.
already
Oh, you're
excited.
extended. Yeah.
The brain is in their esophagus.
Oh yeah, the brain
Oh,
brain is
he's
wrapped
shy.
around the esophagus, so they shouldn't be swallowing anything
Taking
too
a
big or
million
they'll
pictures.
explode their brain.
Oh.
Look at him.
Dust
He's
in my
wrapping it up.
eyes.
All right.
All right, let's take off and let this guy go back to his dark world.
Okay, little fella. Fly, be free.
Is that another octopus?
Yeah, it is. That looks more like the Dumbo one. It's like, I'm hiding in my own puddle of shame.
Oh my goodness.
Stephanie's about to die of cuteness.
Right, H Money, I know. I'm
Yeah.
so excited about it. It's so awesome. Oh no, you poofed him.
Oh, you pooped him.
Well, there goes that.
We just sent like a dust storm at that poor little thing.
Baby, he'll move now, but yeah.
Oh, he handled it. He stayed there. It's like, oh, geez.
You
You
wanted him to do
haboomed him.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a haboob.
You too?
I just want to like reach out and grab it.
Thank you, Shannon. I did mute myself, by the way.
It's all good on this dog.
I can
No,
see
she
her
can
and I can't
see
see
me
you.
though.
We're gonna get clouded out here. You got all kinds of dirt on it.
Hooray.
Oh,
see
look
the
at him
eyes.
flapping.
I do see.
Oh, the eyes. are-
Everybody is
It
so
looks like a
fucking
cartoon.
excited about
Yeah.
this. I love it.
At least my interest in the sharks is
Move on.
academic.
Someone just said it followed me home. Can we keep it?
Can we keep it?
Yeah, it just followed me.
There's a Dumbo.
There's a Dumbo swimming and a cat
Dumbo.
shark. That's
Oh, there we
51.
go, Stephanie.
Looks a little bigger. Oh, that is a bigger one.
There is a Dumbo octopus.
That took a lot of restraint.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Just wait till
Dumbo octopus.
Just wait till it moves. She's
I'm
gonna
muting
freak out.
myself
And
now.
I am not giggly at all. Oh yeah.
Got a buddy.
He does have a buddy, a little flat friend.
Okay, I'm back. I unmuted myself.
He looks sleepy.
Are they muting themselves while they're squealing?
Apparently not.
Hi, little friend. Oh, camera's moving too much.
Okay, unmute it.
That's just adorable.
It is.
I feel sorry
I can
for
hear
whoever.
Melinda clicking
I
the
am
mouse.
clicking.
I feel sorry
I
for
would
whoever
Yeah, maybe that
does
was why.
the highlights because they've gotten like 20 probably million of adorable Dumbo octopus for me.
I feel sorry for anybody who's never been to Nautilus Live and tuning in at that moment and getting scared.
I wonder if it. I think that's kind of a.
What?
Oh, it snuck under you.
Get their-
Eat it.
Are they friends?
They're friends.
Just kidding. Don't anthropomorphize too much.
Oh, watch. Oh, this is a rare
is
treat.
cool when they're
Oh.
flying, yeah. Awesome.
See, he's flying away, flapping his ears. Can you pan?
Those actually ears?
No,
No.
they're part of the mantle. They're like
Okay.
they're like,
Oh, what are these two fish gonna do now?
You can see his little
They're moving in on
Who
each
cares about the fish? We're watching this doc.
siphon, I guess, right there. Is that what that is?
yeah, that is. That's its siphon. That's how it's pushing water in and out to create locomotion, and then the fins on its head are for steering. So it's more
like a jet
similar
pump?
to a
So that's not its
more
eyeball?
similar to a squid. Like squid use their finlets off their mantle for steering in the water. Octopus
And it tilts a little
generally don't have a
infuriating, doesn't
really protruded fins or
it?
finlets.
No matter how gentle you are, it's
Those Dumbo octopus remind me of the Pac-Man.
Yes.
Exactly what I was thinking. Albert was really happy about that.
Wow.
Wow, Albert. You're welcome.
Albert's like, I love cooking.
Alright.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
so
those
cute.
are fun. That's cute.
Loved it. I love how excited that they were about it.
Yeah,
I
everybody
would
was so excited.
also
Yeah. Were all of
be
them
very excited.
in that submarine, do you think? Or was it
So
like
I was wondering if they had like
one
a.
or two in there and the rest are watching live?
I was curious about what the deal was with that,
'Cause
or if
generally-
it was a radio controlled
Oh,
remote
maybe.
remote control. I guess radio wouldn't work better.
Yeah.
But like a remote controlled
Like
submersible
Yeah.
type of thing.
Maybe. Because, yeah, generally they're pretty small. So if there are people in there, it's like one or two for the most part.
Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know.
Huh.
But everybody was.
Everybody was super stoked.
jazzed.
Yeah.
Hi, Link. Welcome in.
Hey, Link.
We're so glad you're here. Welcome. We're covering a bunch of really cool stuff. And we just, obviously, we're looking at the cutest thing ever.
Dumbo jellies.
Dumbo octopus.
Not jelly. Octopus.
God, it's so awesome. Okay. So.
Do you have any more cute ones? Because I'm
I'm looking.
suggesting we go to the opposite and do the nightmarish creatures.
We could
which
totally
are
do
my favorite.
nightmarish.
Sammy likes all the cute ones. I like
I
the
like
terrifying
the terrifying looking ones too, but of course, fucking sea angels and Dumbos and like sea pandas, like
Yeah, of
I
course.
have to, but I like the creepy.
And I like all of those guys as well, but of course the terrifying ones.
Okay. All right, so let's fucking do it. Should we do the vampire squid as a segue?
Okay, we can do Segway Vampire Squid.
Because it's
not the
as
mean
crazy.
version of the octopus.
Yeah.
Go from Dumbo
And then
octopus
it's gonna
to
get
vampire squid.
yucky.
Yeah, and then it gets
Vampire squids. They're so fucking incredible, dude.
So this is when we start learning about the creatures that make us not go in the ocean. If it was all Dumbo octopus, yeah, I'd go in the
This
ocean.
menacing-looking
is
squid
like a
is just
giant
one of
version
many
of
species out of
the
sight
Dumbo.
and out of mind
Hooks.
that
With
could be
hooks.
threatened by human activities far away from the part of the ocean in which they live. The Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute has released this video of the vampire squid to emphasize a report that raises a red flag about the Earth's oceans. Vampire Toothus infernalis is a type of living fossil, meaning that it has seen very little change since it first appeared, before dinosaurs, about 300 million years ago. The Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute's Dr. Bruce Robeson, who authored the report published in Conservation Biology, narrates the Institute's video.
Vampiroteuthis has very large eyes because it lives about half a mile deep in the ocean, where the light is very dim. We took these pictures from a deep-diving robotic submarine, and you can see the reflection of our lights in that beautiful blue eye.
The vampire squid
big
has
eyeball.
8 long arms and a long curly strand that serves as a sensory filament. It has a unique ability to react when it is startled. It can curl its web and arms around the rest of its body, turning sort of inside out. This change in appearance may help it avoid being attacked by predators.
Crazy.
These cephalopods,
It also
they're
surrounds
typically
it in
not
like a barbed wire
squids,
fence.
live in
Yeah.
the deep ocean with millions of other species,
Yeah.
some of which are little known and on which little study has been done. Robeson says human activities threaten all of these.
They are threatened by ocean warming, decreasing oxygen, pollution, overfishing, industrialization, and dozens of other changes taking place in the deep.
That one looks happy.
We have a responsibility to learn all we can about these amazing animals and to protect them from the greatest danger to life in the deep, the human species.
Robeson's focus is on the ocean's deep pelagic zone, which extend
Diagram,
down from
not to
about
scale.
330
Oh, thanks.
feet below the surface to just above the deep sea floor, up to 6 miles below the surface. While the seafloor has had significant study, he points out little exploration has been done on this water above the deep floor. This zone is home to species eaten by fish that humans eat, such as tuna and salmon. Many whales, turtles, and giant squid also rely on this zone for their food. Even though all of this is out of sight, any upset in the balance here can ultimately have a devastating effect on what humans have come to expect from the oceans, a place that provides food for millions of people.
That guy came from far back in my mind.
Yeah.
I heard that little jingle in a long time. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They didn't talk as much about, I think it's like 10,000 barbed hooks that they have and everything.
Yeah, it's
Like
a
that's
lot.
a really large number
Mm-hmm.
of that. But that's really cool
A
that
lot
they
of
turn
hooks.
themselves inside out.
Yeah. That's smart, though.
To
It's like,
hide?
"Ha-ha," and then you're like surrounded by teeth.
Yeah. It's really genius, actually.
Yeah. That's pretty smart.
Wow. All right, so vampire
job.
squid. Check.
Check.
And then.
And then.
All right. Which one do you want to do first? Should we do more on the anglers just to fuck with Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay, put one on there. So there's deep sea sharks.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot what one is this one. Sometimes they don't show the little preview.
Snidarians? What were Snidarians?
I think it's the jelly creatures, I think.
No idea. And
And then there's one about cephalopods, which is good. Deep sea cephalopods. Yeah? Okay, top
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this one?
The giant
Oh, that's the oarfish.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that. Not yet.
Okay.
I do want to watch that video, though. I'm
Okay.
interested in it. Yeah, ugliest fish.
This creature.
Okay. So this one's going to be after.
Okay.
Because this is the ugliest fish, and then it's about the ball fish.
Okay, okay. I like it.
There may be plenty of fish in the sea, but not all of them are pretty. With over 200,000 different species, it's only natural that some of them are hideous. Here are the top 5 ugliest fish.
Who voted for these top 5?
Number 5, the lumpsucker. Found lurking at the bottom of the cool waters of the Arctic, North Atlantic, and North Pacific Ocean is the lumpsucker. Although lumpsuckers are cute as babies, they tend to grow up to look something like
That's
this.
not so bad.
Sometimes
That's not
referred
too
to as the henfish, the lumpsucker is typically 1 to 2 feet long with an asymmetrical, blob-like body with protruded eyes. And while most fish have a narrow frame, the lumpsucker tends to be more spherical. They also have skin instead of scales, along with a giant dorsal fin. Although the lumpsucker may not be a great swimmer, they have impressive endurance and can travel up to 60 miles. Their diet consists mostly of smaller fish, crustaceans, worms, and jellyfish.
And it's
Fun
got,
fact,
like,
the male
people
stomach
lips.
turns red during mating, and the eggs of the female, aka roe, are a popular alternative to caviar. Number 4,
Hi, Callie.
snailfish.
Callie,
Snailfish,
hi.
sometimes referred to as sea snails,
Welcome.
pretty much look like giant tadpoles.
We're
They have
looking
a
at ugly
large
fish.
head with small eyes and an elongated body which resembles an eel. Like the lumpsucker, this fish also
Ooh.
has skin instead of scales. Surprisingly, little is known about the snailfish. There are over 410 different species, each being slightly different from the
Those
rest.
fish
Some
are-
live in
Yeah.
shallow water, while others live in the deepest parts of the ocean. Some are 2 inches long, while others are 30 inches long. Some live in warm water, others live in cold. Some are smooth, some are prickly. Some have a strict diet, others eat anything they can. You get the idea. But all of them are pretty ugly, and they don't taste great either. Fishermen consider them pests. Number 3,
They didn't-
the
that
goblin
was too
shark.
bad.
While it may sound like
Oh,
something
goblin
out of a
shark.
bad science fiction novel, the goblin shark is in fact real, and
Ah.
it certainly lives up to its name. The image you are seeing is not
Gee.
Photoshop. The shark actually does look like the offspring of a goblin and a shark. It has a long protruded snout, which contains over 50 creepy, nail-like teeth, and a jaw that extends outward when
Its
biting.
teeth
The
that all go
skin is an
different directions.
unappealing pinkish white, almost as if it was never fully developed. Not only does the goblin shark look and sound creepy, but it acts creepy too. It's a deep sea
Yay,
bottom
time to
dweller,
resub.
meaning it is found in the deepest and darkest parts of the ocean, over 4,200 feet below,
Love it if
in
you want
pitch
to resub
black.
with us.
It's also considered a slow-moving species, which basically means it just constantly lurks. Like other sharks,
Just
it senses
constantly
its
lurking.
prey using electro-sensitive organs and uses the
Oh, yeah, looks like
extended
Link doesn't
jaw
have his
to
head
snap
either.
out for
Oh,
quick
no.
capture. This shark is unlike any other shark. It is a unique
Lurking shark.
species with a lineage dating back 125 million years ago, and it's not related to the ones on Earth today. Overall, very little is known about the goblin shark, mostly because it's a deep-sea creature and humans rarely come in contact with them.
And it's
But we don't even know how they mate. A pregnant
Thanks,
goblin shark has
Kelly.
never been discovered.
Hooray.
For all we know,
Yay,
it
you got Sasquatch.
spawns. Number
Thank
2,
you, we love
the
you.
gulper
Thanks,
eel.
Kelly.
Coming in at number 2 on our
New
list
Twitch
is
baby.
the gulper eel, aka pelican eel.
Gulper
The
eel.
fish is
Gulper
technically
eel, that's
not
the one
an
I was
eel,
trying to-
but it's
Gulper
about the
eel.
closest thing that it resembles.
Yes.
It can be found
Yeah.
at depths over 9,000 feet below sea level, or almost 2 miles deep. Even for the deep sea,
Ugh.
this is one of the
Ugh.
oddest creatures that has
Oh.
ever been discovered.
Jesus.
The fish is dark black in color and can grow up to 31 inches long. But the most notable feature of the gulper eel is its unusually large mouth, which acts as a net to capture prey. The
Yeah.
fish also has a stomach capable of stretching, which allows for it to consume prey larger
like
than
the alien.
itself. The gulper eel is known to not be a very good swimmer, but a small luminous organ at the end of its tail acts as a light to help lure and capture prey.
Oh.
Not much is known about this strange creature due to the depths of its habitat, but we're pretty confident that it looks weird. Number 1, the
Yeah.
blobfish. And
Alright, good.
finally, number 1 on our list, the blobfish.
Yes.
You've
Blob-
likely seen random photos
I'm
online
drooling.
of this atrocity and may have dismissed them as being photoshopped. But the photos are real, and the blobfish
The fuck?
actually does look like
That
this.
is the
But here's
ugliest
the
thing.
catch.
Yeah.
It only looks like this out of water. The truth is, we don't actually know what the blobfish looks like in its natural environment. This
Oh,
is
what?
because the fish is extremely rare and lives at depths over 4,000 feet below. And water pressure at this depth is about 100 times stronger than that on land. Because the fish has no skeletal structure, not even teeth, the blobfish becomes heavily, perhaps even morbidly, disfigured when brought to land.
Yeah.
Although we're not certain what the blobfish
Oh,
actually
no.
looks like in the deep sea, it's likely safe to assume from the pictures that it's probably still pretty ugly. Are you
probably still
aware
like-
of any fish that are uglier
Oh no,
than
watch,
these
you get it
top
down to the
5?
bottom of the
If
ocean,
so,
it's like super
subscribe and let us
sexy.
know
It's
in
like the
comments
sexiest
below.
fish in the ocean.
After the whale shark, the basking shark, also known
That's
as
correct.
Ceterinus maximus, is the world's second largest
Beauty's only
species.
scale deep. But that one doesn't even have scales.
What the fuck? That was grody, dude.
Yeah. And the
Oh,
gulper eel. was
Gulper
the
eel.
one that we were
Gulper
trying to
eel.
think of the name of that one before the show for so long, and we were like, looking. Super cool. Those are trippy looking.
Okay, some of those were not as I've seen uglier.
Yeah, I've seen uglier.
But
Seen scarier.
we're gonna find out
Not a
what
single anglerfish.
inside of a blobfish.
Ooh,
Blobs.
blobs. Just the blob.
Done. End stream.
The end. We've solved it. Don't even worry. Yeah, what is
Creature was
inside
crowned
this
the world's
blobfish?
ugliest animal in 2013, a title it still defends today.
Yeah,
On
won. He got a
land,
crown.
he's got a body
2013.
like Jello and a big old frown. But drop this fellow 9,200 feet below sea level, and the water holds up all that flab like a push-up bra, making the fish a little more handsome.
Is that
Same
it?
old fish, but with a little more support.
That's not the blobfish.
So what is all that water
one's got
pressure
spikes.
holding together?
Between the skin, the flabby skin, and the muscles is a lot of fluid.
This
There's a
is
severed
David
head
Stein,
as well.
a deep sea fish biologist
Oh.
who was lucky enough to dissect 19 blobfishes in the 1970s.
That's pretty lucky.
Blobfish look blobby because they are full of water. Under their skin, blobfish have a thick layer of gelatinous flesh that floats outside their muscles.
If you pick up a blobfish by the tail,
Oh, it's a shrunken
then
head.
it kind of flows to the head.
This water-filled jello-like layer allows the blobfish to stay somewhat buoyant, which is important because blobfishes don't have a swim bladder.
Oh,
And
what?
fishes that have swim bladders are able to adjust their buoyancy. They can secrete gas into the swim bladder or remove it. A fish that lives on the bottom doesn't need to be able to maintain its buoyancy.
So the jello layer isn't a perfect substitute, but the blobfish doesn't need to be a strong swimmer. The predator has a highly specialized hunting strategy that's perfect for the rocky barrens of the deep
It's
sea.
all squinty.
Just sits there and waits for dinner to come by.
If all you do is sit, you don't need much under your skin. Just watery tissues, some yellow pockets of fat, and a smidgen of muscle. In case you hadn't guessed, blobfishes aren't exactly yoked. They have very little red muscle, the kind that allows you, a human, to run a mile, or a tuna fish to migrate across oceans. Instead, blobfish have a lot of white muscle, which allows them to swim in short bursts and lunge at prey that on occasion ramble by.
I think that's
This
what I
is a
have.
baby blobfish. It's a cleared and stained specimen, meaning all its tissue has been dissolved to show only the bones and cartilage. Those thin red lines you see, they're the blobfish's bones dyed red. If you're having trouble seeing the bones, you're not the only one. Blobfish have poorly ossified skeletons, meaning they're thinner and more fragile than the bones of most shallow water fish. This is another handy deep sea adaptation, as it takes a lot of precious energy to build strong bones. But the blobfish saves its energy to develop what might be the most important bone in its body, its jaws, which also happen to be the reason it looks so gloomy. The fish needs enormous jaws so it can snap up any prey that passes by and swallow it whole, maybe even smacking its blubbery lips as it eats. And that brings us to its stomach. If you're the kind of creature that eats anything that swims by, some surprising things can wind up in your stomach. Stein found a wide range of foods and not foods in the blobfish he dissected. Fish, sea pens, brittle stars, hermit crabs, an anemone, a plastic bag, and also lots of rocks.
Their stomach contents kind of bear out the fact that they're probably not too bright.
He also found octopus beaks, the cephalopod's hard, indigestible
You got
jaws.
a bird in
This
my
means that one of the world's flabbiest fishes has been able to eat one of the sea's most cunning predators. If you're surprised, just think about the blobfish's thick skin. What would be harder to grab in a fight, a sack of bones or a sack of jello? Stein suspects it might be the latter.
If the skin is loose, perhaps the suckers can't really get a good grip on it.
Stein found sucker marks across the blobfish's body, a hint that the fish might have been in some deep-sea fights. So while all of this jello might look a little unconventional, well, it seems to have served its purpose.
The blobfish is perfectly suited to life in the deep sea, where beauty standards are probably quite different. After all,
Well, ugly is kind of in the eye of the beholder.
Okay.
That was entertaining.
Yeah, that's fun. That was a
good.
good animation.
Oh man. Aw, it turned happy. That was good.
Oh, it smiled. Okay.
All right. So it's like a water balloon creature.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's so weird.
But the one they kept showing in the water had little spikes on it. The other,
Yeah.
When they show them out of the water, they don't have little spikes. But maybe they're little gelatinous spikes that lay down or something whenever they're not
Maybe.
in pressure. Under pressure.
Oh. Under pressure. Oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Blobfish is an ugly
Blobfish is pretty
little
ugly.
bitch.
It's true. It's very true.
I wonder what it really looks like underneath there.
I don't know.
Should we do oarfish?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna cover an oarfish, which is pretty weird looking also.
True.
A giant oarfish is the longest bony fish in the world. They are confirmed to reach at least 26 feet long. However, there have been reports of individuals reaching up to 56 feet long.
Jeez.
Their long body is flattened and tapers off towards the end. Oarfish inhabit deep water in the open ocean down to about 3,300 feet deep. They are distributed globally in tropical and temperate seas. They are rarely seen on the surface. These fish are suspected to be the source of various legends about sea serpents.
He's eating that guy. No.
Their size may make them look intimidating, but oarfish are not dangerous to humans. They don't even have teeth. Instead, they use structures called gill rakers to filter out tiny crustaceans like krill from the water. They also feed on small fish and squid. They are called oarfish because the long, rod-like pelvic fins that hang below their head resemble oars. Instead of scales, they have a silvery coat of material called guanine. The surface of their skin is soft and easily damaged. Oarfish swim by undulating their long dorsal fin that runs the entire length of their body. They are believed to live solitary lives. They often spend time floating vertically in the water column.
Weird.
Their flesh is not appetizing and tastes like gelatinous goo. Oarfish release small, buoyant eggs that remain floating on the ocean surface until hatching. When adult oarfish are sighted near the water's surface, it is suspected that they are pushed there by storms or strong currents. They may also be injured or dying. In Japanese folklore, it is thought that an oarfish washing up on shore signals that an earthquake is coming. Some scientists hypothesize that since deep-sea fish are closer to active faults, they may be more sensitive to chemical changes that happen in the water when earthquakes occur. However, this is highly debated, and their correlation with earthquakes might just be a coincidence. For more marine facts, click the subscribe button.
Click the subscribe button. Okay.
Fucking oarfish.
Oarfish. 50 feet.
What the fuck?
50 feet long?
It's a big ass fish.
That's a big fish.
We're gonna talk about an ugly ass fish right now.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Talk about the hatchet fish.
Oh, the hatchet fish. It's like hatchet face.
Deep-sea hatchetfish is a type of deep-sea fish. It can be found in oceans and seas around the world. Greatest population of hatchetfish lives in the waters of South and Central America. There are 45 different species of hatchetfish.
Wow.
Depending on their size and type, they can be found on depth ranging from 600 to 4,500 feet. Deep-sea hatchetfish and freshwater hatchetfish represent different types of fishes. Unlike deep-sea species, freshwater hatchetfish can be kept in aquarium.
Deep-sea hatchetfish is not listed as endangered.
Just get one picture.
Interesting deep-sea hatchetfish facts. Size of deep-sea hatchetfish varies among different species. Largest species, known as giant hatchetfish, can reach 6 inches in length. Color of deep-sea hatchetfish also depends on the species. Body of smaller hatchetfish is usually covered with silver scales. Larger species can be green or brown in color. Deep-sea hatchetfish is named because of unique shape of the body that looks like a hatchet. Deep sea means that this fish prefers life on great depths. Deep sea hatchetfish has flat body with large, tubular eyes that are pointing upwards. Deep sea hatchetfish lives on great depth with minimal amount of light. Because of that, their eyes are adapted to recognize even the slightest shadows in the water. Position of their eyes enables them to see the prey coming from above. Deep sea hatchetfish eats plankton, crustaceans and tiny fish. They swim toward the surface of the water to find food. Feeding takes place during the night. Prey can be easily identified thanks to light-sensitive eyes. Deep-sea hatchetfish is able to jump out of the water. It can catch small insects, such as mosquitoes and flies, during the jumps. Deep-sea hatchetfish spends day hidden on the bottom of the ocean. Another unique feature of deep-sea hatchetfish is ability to produce light. This phenomenon is called bioluminescence. Light is produced in cells that are known as photophores. These cells are located along the length of the fish body. Light in the cells is produced via chemical reaction. Since photophores are positioned downwards, produced light will be oriented toward the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Deep-sea hatchetfish uses light to escape from the predators. Hatchetfish can produce light that will have the same intensity like the faint light that is coming from above. This way, hatchetfish may look almost invisible to the predator. Scientists also believe that deep-sea hatchetfish uses bioluminescence in mating rituals. Because of the life on great depths that are unreachable for scientists, this theory still has not been confirmed. What is known all about deep-sea hatchetfish reproduction is that they are able to release large amount of small, buoyant eggs. Deep-sea hatchetfish does not have a long lifespan. It lives less than a year.
Wow. No way, man.
Less than a year. That ugly for such a short time. My goodness.
Yeah, what a waste of ugly. Wow. Deep sea hatchetfish.
That sucks. I did not think that was going to be robot narrator. I don't understand. It's really easy to just like talk or like have a friend come over, read this thing about hatchetfish. Like, why do people feel the need to have robots? I don't get it.
Even if you're going to use AI, like, we have much better AI now than robot voices. Like, we have all these talking AIs and robots, deep fakes to where you can't even tell it's a robot. Why do we have robots doing narration on videos? Like,
I don't get it.
Come on. AI is advancing everywhere except
band name robot David Attenborough.
Yeah.
Oh, I love David Attenborough so much.
Yep, the RDA.
Okay. So Sarah's gonna hate it, but we're gonna talk about the anglerfish.
Sweet.
We got a few different things to share, so we'll just start with this one.
The anglerfish is a bony fish with a creative adaptation on its head. A modified dorsal fin ray acts as a lure to attract prey. The shape and size of the lure varies by species. An anglerfish's large mouth is sometimes filled with sharp, translucent teeth. The stomach can be expanded, allowing the fish to swallow prey twice its size.
Twice its size?
Anglerfish will eat just about anything that they attract by waving their lure back and forth. They can be found worldwide. Most are quite small, but they vary in size from less than an inch to over 3 feet long. Some inhabit the open ocean,
Jesus
while
fucking
others
Christ.
prefer the sea
Aw,
floor.
that's cute.
Many species inhabit the deep sea, sometimes over a mile below the surface. Others inhabit shallow tropical waters. For those that inhabit the seafloor,
that one's so
their
cute.
pectoral and pelvic fins can perform as feet, allowing them to walk along the bottom. The tip of the lure is luminescent in deep-sea anglerfish. The glow is produced by millions of light-producing bacteria. The luminous bacteria are thought to be acquired from the water. The glow attracts prey in the dark, deep ocean
It's
environment.
like pets. It has like.
This luring
wait, so
strategy
it's
is especially advantageous in the deep ocean, where food is
I've never heard that
scarce,
before.
making searching and hunting for prey exhausting. In some anglerfish species, the male is much smaller than the female, often less than an inch long, and they have no lure. Instead of continually seeking the abyss for a female, the male has evolved into a permanent or temporary parasitic mate. Some male anglerfish have a
Super weird.
stunted or incomplete digestive system. They have to find and attach themselves to females or die of starvation.
Sounds like
To
musicians.
aid in successfully finding a mate,
I'm in a
some
band.
parasitic males have enhanced olfactory
Sounds
organs
like musicians.
that enable them to detect the pheromones released by a nearby female. When the male anglerfish bites the female, he releases an enzyme that dissolves the tissue around his mouth and her skin, fusing them together, connecting to her bloodstream. The male becomes dependent on its mate for nutrients. The male atrophies, losing his eyes, then his internal organs, until only the reproductive organs remain functional.
That's so fucked up.
At this
so weird.
point, the female anglerfish is able to fertilize her own eggs. A female can carry 6 or more males on her body. In all other vertebrate species, such a fusion of tissues would trigger a significant immune response. This is because an animal's immune system attacks cells
like
it
standing.
recognizes as
Yeah, there's
foreign.
a few of them that they show
In
like
other
feet.
anglerfish species,
Whoa.
the male is closer in size to the female, and he only encounters her to mate. These males spend the rest of their lives hunting for themselves and swimming freely. For more marine facts,
Okay,
click
not
the
slackers.
subscribe
Not slackers.
button.
So the ones that attach though, so their eyes go away and their organs go away.
Yeah, they
just
just-
end up being a sperm
Yes,
sac.
they just completely fuse.
So is it like, do they like die completely? Like, does the whole being die except for the sperm sac just stays there? Like, is it?
I mean,
Like,
I guess
yeah.
that would be a ethical question. I guess
Yeah.
what would constitute life specifically?
Well, I
but-
mean, they attach to the female's like bloodstream and everything, so it's like her bloodstream takes over.
yeah.
So it's almost
just
like
a parasite at that point. So
seems like it goes beyond parasite to not even being like it's a part of the female now.
we have a whole video about anglerfish fusion mating.
Okay.
So let's talk about that,
Yeah, let's
and then
learn
we'll
about
get
that,
some more
'cause I don't-
information.
Thanks to Brilliant for
Yeah.
supporting this episode of SciShow. Go to brilliant.org/SciShow to check out their course, Knowledge
Okay,
and
good.
Uncertainty.
Cause yeah, I got questions, man.
Hopefully this answers.
I hope so.
While us humans tend to enjoy a good cuddle, we also generally like to have at least a little bit of personal space. But not anglerfishes. In some species, the males literally become one with their partners. And to survive this fusion, they've gotten rid of something that we think is kind of essential, the part of their immune system that recognizes and remembers pathogens. Anglerfishes have terrifyingly oversized mouths, huge teeth, and fishing poles attached to their foreheads, complete with bioluminescent lures. So they're pretty unique creatures, but what's really out there is
Not
how
a
some
cuddler.
anglerfish
No.
species mate. When the male finds the girl of his
What about
dreams,
cuttlefish?
which for the record is the first one he can find, he gives himself over to her entirely. These males are a lot smaller than females. We're talking as little as 1/60th his partner's size and roughly 500,000 times lighter. And these tiny males have one purpose in life, to pass on their genes. But finding a mate is complicated in the dark depths of the ocean where they live. So a super mini male has to sniff out his love interest by tracking a species-specific pheromone that she emits. And when he finds her, he bites her in
She's
the
got
most
a light
romantic
on her
way
forehead.
possible,
follow
of course.
it?
But then his mouth dissolves and his tissues fuse with hers. The pair will eventually share everything, including a circulatory system, and they'll remain that way forever. She provides the nutrients, and he fertilizes the eggs. Till death do they, well, die. Because even then, they don't separate. This sexual parasitism evolved for practical reasons. Because if you do find that elusive soulmate in a vast, empty darkness, you don't want anything getting between you. In fact, this system works so well that it evolved multiple times in anglerfishes. Now, if this happened with people, we'd reject our codependent suitors out of hand. Our bodies would oust or destroy the foreign cells. But as far as we can tell, females in these fusing species can't do that because they've lost the soldiers of their adaptive immune system, the part that attacks pathogens in a specific way and remembers them in case they show up again. In most vertebrates, specialized white blood cells, called T cells and B cells, are responsible for launching an adaptive immune response. They wield super customizable proteins which allow them to spot and remember invaders. But to customize those weapons, the cells need to cut up and mash together sections of their DNA. And typically, this process is initiated by recombination activating genes, or RAGs. But anglerfish species that fully fuse have lost key parts of those genes, so their immune cells can't customize immune proteins and therefore can't spot or remember foreign cells. Even ones that only temporarily attach have ditched some of the molecules involved in making those customizable proteins. But what's really weird is that the fishes don't seem to be adversely affected by any of this. In humans, the absence of an adaptive immune system would be considered severe combined immunodeficiency, a condition that's fatal without treatment. Scientists don't really know how anglerfishes avoid such lethal consequences. It could be that they've just got really strong innate immune systems, which probably wouldn't recognize the cells of another fish as an invader. Or maybe they have another kind of adaptive immunity that we just haven't identified yet. But if we can figure this conundrum out, we could potentially help immunocompromised humans safely navigate their world too, though hopefully without needing to permanently attach them to their partners. Thank you for watching this episode of SciShow, which was sponsored by Brilliant. If you're finding yourself at home a bit more than before, with or without a partner, and are looking for something fun and educational to do, you might want to check out the courses that Brilliant has to offer. They span a wide variety of topics in science, math, and computer science. Like their new Knowledge and Uncertainty course teaches tools that can help you deal with the uncertainties of life, which could be helpful because there's a fair bit of that going around these days. But one thing you can be certain about is that the first 200 people to sign up at brilliant.org/scishow will get 20%.
Cool. Brilliant. So that is very strange.
Yeah.
It's a very, very strange mating ritual. They're like, you gotta hold on to her forever. If you find her, you gotta hold on. Because you don't know if you're gonna find another lady.
Yeah, and they said that it has happened, it's evolved to happen multiple times over the eons to anglerfish. So they've like gotten away from it, and then it has evolved back into being a thing again. Or like other anglerfish species come up, and then it evolves to be the fusing thing. So it's interesting where throughout evolution stuff pops back up like that, where things like kind of go away and get evolved out, and then they end up coming back. But that's a weird one to come back, and it's weird that it would only come back in anglerfish. Like, there's no other fusing animals in all of evolution that we know of. That's, I was just looking at this article, and the fact that that's gone away and come back multiple times is really weird. Like, how is that a trait that keeps appearing? It's weird.
I don't know. It's very bizarre.
It does say that the fused males remain alive.
Okay, so they're still considered
alive. And then them finding out that missing the thing in their immune system that kicks out predators, or not predators, parasites, them finding that, and that's the way that they fuse is actually pretty new. We didn't know how they fused for the longest time. So they pretty much just learned that over recent years. But yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if the male, like, does their brain just go away? Like, do they lose all sense of awareness. Like even, even as a fish, like the fish is aware of where it's at, and like knows things that are going on, and it has this drive to mate. So there's some kind of awareness there that comes with being alive or being a fish. So whenever they fuse, and it says their organs go away, and then they attach to the circulatory system of the female, like, I guess, does the brain go away and like everything goes away? But if all that went away, I guess they wouldn't. I mean, I guess they'd still be considered alive, but really, they're not their own individual thing anymore, as far as I'm concerned. Like, it's a part of the female. Like, the female just gains a testicle sac, basically.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
And the male kind of doesn't exist anymore.
That's so weird.
But
men are superior, and women should be submissive to men always, in all circumstances, right?
Unless you're an anglerfish.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they have the first ever footage of a deep sea angler mating pair.
Oh, okay.
So let's check that out. Oh, it's got a lot of flappy
Wow,
doodads.
look at all those little flappies. That is a hell of a fish.
Fanfin sea devil. Few people have seen one. Sarah, see, isn't that kind of cool? That's kind of cool.
Look at that. Look at all those little beads.
Longflang's minds help it sense. It bites on and stays terrifying.
The male loses much of its body. And it'll be at the ready for spawning. I'm here when you need me, honey.
No one had ever seen a living pair.
Oh. That's weird. Good sign. Oh, they're in the
Like the
Azores.
Azores, yeah.
We're hoping to go to the Azores this winter. That is a crazy fish.
That's a crazy
It's
fish.
actually really pretty with all its little, like, it looks like pearl strings.
No. Do we lose Sarah? Did Sarah leave us because we're doing...
Sarah's like, wait, I don't need anglers.
That was really cool. That's so neat that they were actually able to catch that.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So
That's
rad.
crazy. That's the first time it's ever been seen, though.
No. Okay, now I have a special treat.
Okay.
It's short. I wish it was a full episode, but I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen True Facts, but it's one of my favorite things in the world, and this is True Facts talking about the anglerfish. Oh my god, you're so funny. Well, you're going to enjoy this. Don't be such a scaredy cat.
Here we will learn true facts about the anglerfish. The female anglerfish comes in many shapes, colors, and shades of ugly. It's like a rainbow of ugly. The male anglerfish is tiny by comparison, like a tiny little baby. He attaches himself to the female by biting her, and then digesting part of his face so he fuses with her flesh. He then atrophies, losing his digestive organs, brain, heart, and eyes, and winds up nothing more than a pair of gonads, which release sperm when needed. Hey there, pretty lady. Nice gonads. To the female anglerfish, the human male is a very loud, annoying, and unnecessarily complicated pair of gonads. The anglerfish is a master of disguise, hiding itself among the sand and rocks of the ocean floor. Here, an anglerfish compares its camouflaging skills with that of a flounder,
also a master. Holy crap! Did you? What the fuck?
To hunt, the anglerfish waves things in front of its mouth that its prey is attracted to. Here, the anglerfish waves a lovely pashmina shawl, just the size for an unsuspecting shrimp. Here, another one presents a lovely pair of leggings. And here, a decorative hat feather. Sadly, the shrimps and their vanity pay the ultimate price: death. The deep sea anglerfish collects glowy bacteria in its wavy thing to create a tiny little light. Because it's dark as hell down there, and someone needs to light up that pretty lady.
Yes.
That's funny, dude. I love true facts. I have a couple other true facts saved here, just in case we
Okay, good. Yeah.
watch that. That's good.
Yeah, the narrators were real good.
Okay, so there's one more little anglerfish thing where you're watching it wiggle its glowy bit or whatever, its dangly bit, to tempt the prey. So that'll be fun to watch.
The anglerfish,
Look at it go.
capable of
It's crazy
adapting
looking.
their appearance to suit their environment.
Oh yeah, Kirby.
These
yes.
colourful
It's called
conmen
True
are
Facts.
masters of
There's
disguise.
a bunch of them. After this video, I'll
Instead of
play another
swimming,
true fact.
They use their fins to slowly prowl the sea floor in search of prey, like small fish and squid. Within its bag of tricks, this anglerfish possesses a rather unusual tool.
Wiggle, wiggle.
A biological lure known as an esco protrudes from its forehead.
That's interesting. That's not
Resembling a wriggling worm, it tempts prey from the safety of cover.
Wow, it's so camouflagey. It's such a unique kind.
A cuttlefish emerges to investigate.
I love cuttlefish. Don't get eaten, buddy. Be smarter.
Amongst the most intelligent of marine invertebrates, it doesn't buy into the scam.
Yeah, bitch, because you're a cuttlefish. You're so smart.
Good
I love
job.
them.
Nearby, a painted anglerfish casts its line. But just in case the lure isn't tempting enough, it also secretes a chemical attractant into the surrounding water.
Oh. Trickery, I tell you.
That's trickery.
Its strike is faster than the blink of a human eye.
Wow.
A bite-sized snack. But these remarkable predators are capable of taking much larger prey. Anglerfish can expand their mouth cavities to 12 times the original size. A trait that allows them to punch well above their weight.
That's crazy.
Also reliant on camouflage, a flounder conceals itself within the sandy seabed.
Pretty good.
No, that's pretty good.
Unaware that a hairy anglerfish is posing as a sea anemone nearby.
Oh, damn.
It does. Well, it looks like an urchin or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like an angler.
Doesn't look like an angler.
Damn.
Attracted by the disturbance in the sand, the anglerfish moves in to investigate.
Bringing coral?
He's bringing this coral with me.
This big-mouthed predator is quite capable of devouring the flounder whole.
This is fascinating.
Yeah. That flounder's just not moving. He's like, oh, that's a big urchin.
Putting faith in its camouflage, the flounder holds its nerve.
Hold.
Fooled by the flounder's disguise, the anglerfish moves off in search of its next victim.
Oh, that was cool.
That was good. Good job,
That was
flounder.
So cool. Yeah.
That flounder held on.
Damn, that was a weird looking angler.
That was, yeah. There's a lot. I didn't really know that there were that many different styles of anglerfish.
No, I
never
didn't
knew.
realize there was that many.
Hmm.
But some of them are really cute. Some of the little, you missed when you were upstairs, the first little anglers.
Yeah.
There were like little yellow ones and orange ones like walking on the seafloor. Like they were actually pretty cute.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so we got two little true facts. One's the frogfish, which is an ugly fish. So talk about ugly fish. And then we've got octopus.
Okay.
So this will be fun because
Deal.
true facts is the best.
Our story begins with a small fish named Jimmy.
Jimmy is about to embark on a remarkable journey in the coral reef. Oh, shit. We have a problem. Jimmy's dead. The 50 or so species of frogfishes are members of the anglerfish family Antenneridae. They are short, stocky, and scaleless, and often look like little pieces of garbage. Frogfishes are masters of disguise. Can we get the flatworm off him? He thinks it's a piece of rotting fish. Frogfishes are he's smiling. Like a glass picture. They are masters of disguise. A reddish frogfish blends in perfectly with the surrounding... Oh, no. The green thing in front just took a step. My bad. Each species has a camouflaging niche. This one, for example, has evolved to hide in a reef of grumpy old men. With all this hiding, things can get confusing, especially when two expert hiders meet. Here, a frog... Oh, shit. Oh, my God! Most frogfish are ambush predators whose mouths can open up to 12 times their resting size. Here, the frogfish lies in wait, ready for unsuspecting prey to approach the seemingly harmless coral. Unseen, he will strike in the blink of an eye. Frogfish are equipped with many evolutionary modifications. In many varieties, the first dorsal fin spine has evolved into a fishing pole of sorts, tipped with a fancy man's mustachio that can be used as deadly bait. Most frogfish do not have swim bladders. These small gas-filled sacs give other fish buoyancy and help them swim. Therefore, the frogfish has modified pectoral fins, which help it to walk on the ocean floor. Sort of. The sargassum frogfish, however, does have a swim bladder. Its hidey home is near the surface in sargassum, large clumps of brown floaty seaweed. Its adapted fins look like tiny little fingers, enabling it to climb through the seaweed for Oh, shit. They also eat each other, apparently. It's kind of a crappy life if you think about it. It's like if lions look like couches or something. Boo! They're pretty good at hiding. Wait, are you alive? Boo! Just checking.
Yeah.
Once I dated a rock for like a week. Dad, you're drunk. No, you can't drive. You can barely stand up. You look like a garbage bag that is also drunk.
Is it? Like a drunk or garbage bag.
Okay. All right.
Is it?
Mom's gonna be so pissed.
How does... I
bet
can't
she
figure out
eats
what's
you.
going on with that one. I don't know what's happening there.
Okay, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, all the true facts are real funny.
They're so funny. Right now we have octopuses.
Okay, deal.
Here we will explore true facts about the octopus. Deep in the depths of the ocean lives a marvelous creature sometimes referred to as the floppy spider of the sea. But its true name comes from a Greek word meaning 8-footed because it has 8 arms. There are 2 major suborders of octopuses, the Serina and Inserina. The cirrate octopuses look a bit like an alien got freaky with a weather balloon. They have 2 little fins, a small internal shell, and lots of little cilia next to their suckers. The other suborder, which we will be looking at today, are the Inserina. No internal shell, although some do try to fake it. No fins, but 100% amazing. Many of you will know the amazing color and texture changing capabilities of the octopus, as well as its ability to fart ink at a moment's notice, evolution at its finest. However, perhaps the most remarkable feature of the octopus is its intelligence. They are the most intelligent of all of the invertebrates. Technically not tons of competition there. I mean, clams are stupid. I'm sorry I said it, but they are dumb as hell. What is amazing is that while octopuses can learn and remember complex tasks like opening child-proof jars and moving through mazes, they are using an intelligence that has evolved very differently than our own. Unlike our intelligence, which is mainly centralized in our head hole, the octopus has distributed intelligence. 3/5 of all of its neurons are located in its arms. In a way, each of its arms actually has a mind of its own, which is amazing. Unless, after a while, you found out that one of your arms was an apple. That would suck. These arms are so capable that even when they are severed, they will continue to search for and capture food, and then try to bring that food back to a non-existent mouth hole. Some octopuses will actually remove one of their own arms when threatened and let it wriggle away to confuse the hell out of predators. Data point of 1, but it would confuse the hell out of me. Each arm of the octopus is equipped with over 250 suction cups, each one with the ability to rotate and grasp independently. Not only are they grabby, but the suction cups contain sensory receptors, which allow it to taste and smell what it touches. This is an ability I'm glad I don't have. It is widely known.
Oh shit, Human Juke! With the raid! What's up, everybody?
The octopus is
How's it
therefore
going?
very interesting because it
Hi, Jukerino. It is so nice to see you. Thank you so much for bringing everybody in.
Yeah.
Welcome,
for bringing your
everybody.
Hi,
Hey,
everyone.
Peppercorn. It's been a while since I've seen you.
Peppercorn, hello.
Oh, my
Hello, hello.
goodness. Well, hi. I know I've seen some of you guys in here before, but for any of the new folks, my name is Sammy. This is Dusty.
Hi.
And we are Inspired by Mystery podcast, where we talk about lots of different random, awesome, mysterious things. And today we have been talking about the mystery of the deep sea. So we
Deep
were
sea
just
mysteries.
doing the True Facts, which is like the comedic fake documentary about octopuses. So we were enjoying that. So welcome in, guys.
Oh,
How
hi,
are
Plain
you
Toast.
doing, Danny? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Plain Toast. What's up there, bud?
Hello, hello.
Yeah. Oh man, this is so cool. I'm so happy to see you guys all pop up today. And brought friends in too. That's so fucking cool.
What?
I
That
hope
put a
your
link
show
to
is
me.
good.
Why did it do that?
It does that at least 50% of the time.
It does.
I don't know why.
Don't understand.
How are you, Danny? What's happening? Did you rock out super uber hard tonight? I bet you did. You
Probably
always rock out super uber hard. Oh, I hope that you are doing good. And I hope you are planning a trip to Seattle soon. That would be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought everybody in, brought some peeps in. Yeah, we were just talking about some of the ugliest creatures in the sea. So in the deep sea, there's some really gnarly fucking bastards. We talked about the blobfish and the hatchet fish and the oarfish. And we just did a little segment on anglerfish and how absolutely disgusting and horrid that they look. Like, I guess there's a vast array of different kinds of them, which we didn't realize there was like 200 different kinds or something. But some of them are real gnarly looking. They're real fucking rough. They're rough.
That's true. Oh, goblin shark. We covered goblin shark.
Yeah, we did. Hell
Also
yeah.
scary. Very, very scary creature.
Yes. Like, how is that even possible? And actually, we do have coming up after we were going to do this one, we were going to do a little true facts on the cuttlefish, and then we were going to do the, like, gnarliest sharks of the deep. It's like, why do sharks get uglier the deeper we go? I'm like, we're going to find out. So it's apparently, like, the yuckiest, ugliest looking shark. So that's going to be really fun. Oh, that's cool. You had a buddy playing drums.
Thanks, yeah. Yeah, I had to work hard on that.
Yes, the barrel eye fish. Yes, they are seriously one of the most bizarre, crazy looking creatures of
With their
the
big
ocean.
upward eyeballs.
It's fucking gnarly, dude. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
They're weird. Some of the
Yeah,
ocean
any of
creatures.
the like the clear bodied creatures.
Mhm.
It just adds an extra element of like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. They don't need to have pigment down in the depths if there's no light. There's no need for it. But for us
Yeah, it's
up here,
just a weird thing.
checking that out, we're like, oh my god, like, wow, they just look fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So cool.
Oh, good night, Steve.
Good night, Steve.
Thanks for coming in and hanging out.
Good night. Thank you for being off-brand.
Yeah. Yeah, the clear ones are real weird. We did learn about some new creatures tonight, though, that we had never heard about. We've gone down deep rabbit holes with the ocean, but we learned about new creatures. We learned about the, was it the angel? What was the angel thing? What was it called? the sea butterfly
yeah, the
and a sea angel.
Yes.
There's a panda
Okay,
bear
I'm gonna show
sea
you the
angel.
panda bear sea
And we were like,
angel.
what? We had to figure out what these creatures were. But they're basically this one, the sea angel, is a sea slug that has evolved little wings, little fins. It swims around.
Yeah, it's like a fucking slug that decided it wanted to fly, and then its little slug foot just turned into some water wings.
Yeah. And they shoot these little tendrils out of their head, like this over here, and that's how they eat.
Oh
So they
yeah,
have little
they're
tendrils.
hiding, and then when they go to eat, they
hide the
just
little
shoot
tendrils.
out a bunch of like angry tentacles.
And they swim around. So there's the sea angel, and then we learned about sea butterflies.
Which are almost the same, but they have a weird clear shell on them.
Yeah. So these are like sea slugs, and the sea butterflies are like snails because they have a shell on them. And we had never heard about
I'll show you
these
that
or
too.
learned about them.
Look at this
There you go.
motherfucker.
Sea butterfly.
What the fuck?
Look at it go. Swims around.
Did you know that that existed?
And the sea angels feed almost entirely on sea butterflies.
Yes.
That's what they eat.
How?
So it's weird. Super
Fucking
weird.
bizarre.
They're pretty cute, right? I
It's
know.
super
They were fun.
cute. It's like hard to believe.
But yeah, we'd never heard of these. And then in one of the videos we were watching, it's like, oh, the panda bear sea angel. And we're like, what? And it was super cute. So we had to learn more. So we did a live learn. What is this
Yes.
creature?
Yeah, these are super trippy. So we went down this whole rabbit hole and learned about sea butterflies and sea angels.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Who'd have thunk it?
I didn't
It was
think
great.
it.
We went from some of the cutest creatures to some of the most gnarly and ugly creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, so we've done cute for a while. Getting into some ugly.
oh, somebody found a sea butterfly right here. Oh,
Oh, what?
that's its little shell.
This little shell.
Oh,
And it's actually somewhat hard. I thought that was just going to be like a jelly.
no way.
Didn't
yeah.
really think it was going to be a thing.
Oh, this one's tiny.
You can't see
Oh, sorry.
it. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah, it's like a
crazy
little
little
glass
creatures.
thing.
What? Trippy, trippy.
Yeah, those
So
are weird.
yeah, this is what we were doing all night. We've been covering
what
some
we've
weird
been doing.
stuff. So anybody that has not been at our show before, please give us a follow. Come check us out. On Mondays we do Weird News, where we just talk about the weirdest shit that is going on in the world.
Mhm.
And I guarantee you there is a lot of it.
Yeah.
So we just cover like silly, ridiculous, mind-blowing things, Guinness World Records, and just like animals on the loose, bunch of weird shit. So that's our Monday show. And then on Wednesday, we either do an interview with a interesting person of various persuasions, or we do what we're doing tonight, where we do like a deep dive into a specific subject that we're feeling like talking about a bunch.
Yeah.
So we'll do haunted places, or we'll do abandoned spots, or we do sunken cities, and all different kinds of cool shit.
Mhm,
So
mhm. We did
you should definitely follow us.
urban legends last week.
We did.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes there's hot sauce from our friend Alf.
Yes, our friend Alf makes amazing high in the fire hot sauce. So if anybody is hot sauce lovers out there in the world, you should click that link, because like legit, it's really good.
It's real good.
We're not paid advertisers. It's just real fucking good.
Yeah, we're just big fans. Really, is all we
We
are.
are. It's amazing. He makes it out of
yeah.
Vancouver, Washington, and there's so many different flavors, and it's legit. It's legit. Even if you don't like super spicy, there's good, sweet
Totally.
flavors to look at.
There's a range.
So yeah, well, that's what we do
Yeah,
around these parts.
and that's us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did urban legends last week, and then we did a whole series on abandoned places fairly recently, and we did, let's see, the space, like largest things in space.
That one was great.
That was super fun.
That was
We
so
learned.
cool. We do a lot of
learned things.
astronomy stuff and a lot of history stuff in general. So if you guys are like science dorks, if we got any science dorks or history dorks, or even people that like weird paranormal shit,
Yeah.
pop in. We talk about a lot
Yeah.
of different stuff, and everybody's welcome as long as you're not an asshole. That's our only rule. So we don't care what you believe, as long as you
Yeah. If you like
We're
weird
done.
shit and sarcasm, this is the,
yes,
this is the place for
I
you.
definitely have a very extremely sarcastic channel, which is
Definitely.
great. So we have a good time. We have a good time with that.
We have a good time.
We do have a good time. Okay, so maybe we'll finish up with true facts about the octopus, and then we're gonna do the short cuttlefish one because it's fantastic.
Because it's good.
It's so good.
I mean,
So if any of you guys have not checked out True Facts, it's absolutely hilarious. This like kind of mockumentary style. He's still giving actual facts about the creatures, but it's in a very silly way. So
yeah. You just went and subscribed. Oh, to the
True Facts. Good.
True Facts or to
Good.
Human Juke?
Either way, yes. If
Both
anybody has not, I think Dusty put the link to Human Juke in the chat. Please make sure to give him a follow if you're not already a follower. I'm pretty sure that everybody in the chat right now, for the most part, before the raid, has already been over to Human Jukes before. But if anybody hasn't, you absolutely want to check him out. He's a super talented guy, an amazing person in general. So
Yeah.
we gotta support each other.
Great guy, great musician.
Yeah, all the
Great
so
stream.
great, super great.
It's all great.
So great. Met him in person. He is in fact a real human,
He's real.
not an AI.
He is an actual human Juke.
It's true.
No robot Jukes here.
All right, back to the true facts about the octopus. I hope you guys enjoy. It's funny.
Its mouth is exactly where I thought its butt should be. I'll be honest with you, I still don't really know where it is. But my search history does contain the phrase, pictures of an octopus's butt. Inside the octopus's mouth is a beak, the only hard part of the Inserina body, meaning that the octopus can squeeze through any hole larger than its beak. The tentacles guide food towards the beak, where venomous saliva incapacitates prey before the horror begins. I told you, clams are stupid. When it comes to moving, the octopus has a variety of options. It can crawl, or use a water jet called a siphon, or it can do this.
Or it can do that.
Which is my favorite. Some scientists have argued that 2 of its arms should be characterized as legs. I wonder why. They can
Weird.
walk.
What is it doing?
Octopuses can even move on land quite effectively. Yes, they get a little mushy on land, but don't judge. It's like reverse shrinkage. Imagine what they think when we skinny dip. What happened to your little arm? That's what they say. Although the octopus's 8 arms may seem identical, one of the male's arms is actually a hectocotylus, which functions like a penis. Therefore, shaking hands with a male octopus is sort of like playing Russian roulette. But instead of dying, you risk your hand getting pregnant. The hectocotylus is used to transfer spermatophores to the female, either by inserting it into a hole in her mantle, or by tearing it off and presenting it to the female for later use. To understand this, imagine if you were on a date, and your date reached down and, well, that is how an octopus do. To the octopus, human sex looks really, really boring. Like we're just saying hello to each other. Because when they get it on, it can get crazy. When
Well,
the
yeah.
female
All
has
those arms.
fertilized her eggs, she retreats to an underwater crevice and attaches her eggs to the roof. She will stay with them, gently blowing fresh water over them, protecting them as she slowly starves to death. Basically, everything they do is hardcore. When her job is done, she is gone. But thousands of little babies emerge, floating. Just beautiful. Sort of like the ending of Charlotte's Web, except underwater. And without the farm animals, too, they would all drown. They would die. The dancing pig wouldn't last a second, really. It'd be sort of babies interspersed with these dead and rotting animals being eaten by fish. It's a different story, really, less appropriate for children. The duck would do okay. But one floating duck does not a children's book make. Just remember, if you're writing a children's book, one animal can die, not all of them. Only a clam would write that sort of crap, and they're dumb as hell.
Oh god, it's so fucking funny. Okay, the next is my favorite one. The fucking cuttlefish.
Oh, Kirby just gifted subs.
Thank
Hooray.
you. Thank you so much, Kirby.
Oh, thank you so much. That's
I
awesome.
love it. Who got subs?
Who
Oh,
got
my
subs?
mom got a sub.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh,
Redis Rabbit.
and Redis Rabbit. Yeah.
I love Redis Rabbit. I miss Rabbit.
I know, we miss Rabbit. But we
I love Rabbit so
we
much.
love them.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Sarah. That was super, super sweet.
Yeah, thanks.
I appreciate
You're
ya. For sure.
And that moved our sub goal up. Oh.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Here are two
Thank you.
facts about the cuttlefish.
We love subs and
The
bits.
cuttlefish is not a fish. It is a mollusk of the class Cephalopoda.
This
The
is my literal
cuttlefish is a
favorite
bit
animal.
like a clam that millions of years ago came out of its shell and never went back. In fact, it still has a specialized shell, but on its inside, which is used for buoyancy and is called the cuttlebone. People for a long time have used this shell to carve casts for metal jewelry. These people are called cuttleboners. By me. And now by you. To move through the ocean, the cuttlefish has a wavy fin that surrounds its mantle. It also has a siphon, a muscular tube it can squirt water out of for fast propulsion. Imagine trying to move by vomiting out of a giant straw and flapping your skirt around very, very fast. That is how a cuttlefish do. The cuttlefish brain is larger than its entire body, including its brain, which may not make sense, but it does to the cuttlefish, because it has a very large brain. The cuttlefish has a very advanced eye, roughly in the shape of Charlie Brown's mouth when he misses a football, or perhaps a W that someone wrote when they were drunk, or the letter Q that someone wrote when they were really drunk. Despite its big brain and weird eyes, the cuttlefish is colorblind, which is curious because it is a color magician of the deep. Like a lactose-intolerant cheesemaker, the cuttlefish is unaware of its own gifts. With the help of millions of color-changey things in its skin, it can change color and texture almost instantaneously. Playing hide-and-seek with a cuttlefish sucks. They don't move, they just change color. You can hear them breathing while you count. How the cuttlefish determines the backgrounds it blends into is largely a mystery, because it can do it in complete darkness, which is kind of a dumb gift if you ask me, but still amazing. Fish! Then there's the flamboyant cuttlefish,
Oh, yeah,
which
they're
doesn't
so
try to
fun.
blend in with... It just says, why doesn't the world try to blend in with me?
Right, Peppercorn? I
You
agree.
go, little man. Don't go changing for nobody.
So
When it
fucking
is
funny,
threatened, the cuttlefish will often release ink from its ink sac. The cuttlefish releases that ink in one of two ways. One is a little priffing sort of squirt, something you might say excuse me after. The second is a release of both ink and mucus. More of a throw your underwear out and go home early sort of inking. These are called pseudomorphs and are designed to be decoys for the cuttlefish
It's like
as it
ectoplasm.
escapes. The cuttlefish feeds by extending two hidden feeding tentacles, which it uses to snag prey and pull it back towards its poison beak. What? Well, apparently it has a beak. Very slowly it extends. The fish just had to move like 2 inches. Cuttlefish mating begins when the male delicately grabs the female by the face and inserts another specialized tentacle into an opening near her mouth, which I hope is not her nose, and inserts sperm sacs. Males have 4 pairs of arms and females have 3. Weaker males often disguise themselves as females by hiding 2 of their arms. This reminds me of what I may or may not have done in the mirror as a young boy. These cleverly disguised males swim right past the competition and do the face sex thing. After the female eggs are fertilized, she gingerly and lovingly puts her eggs in some random friggin' hole on the bottom of the ocean. The eggs are called sea grapes by people who like shitty wine, and they are guarded by the couple until they hatch into the cutest little freaks in the universe. These little babies are not so good at the camouflage, but they do the best that they can. Cover yourself up, little man, and sleep tight. Remember, if you ever want to come out of your shell and let your freak flag fly, the cuttlefish has your back.
Fuck yeah, cuttlefish!
Or front. I don't know. I can't tell with them
what's front and what's back. Point is, don't let the tentacle parts wrap around your head. Or if it happens, plug your nose. Because your nose might get pregnant.
Oh, I love it. True Facts is so great.
Yeah.
Also, cuttlefish, if any of you guys are interested in learning a substantial amount more about cuttlefish, I highly recommend the documentary Kings of Camouflage. It is such a good documentary. You will know so much about cuttlefish that it'll be hard for me to even imagine that they won't be your favorite animal. So after you watch them,
They're probably going to be, especially that flamboyant cuttlefish. Oh, man. It's good. Isn't it on YouTube?
That's great. I think
Is
it
it
is, yeah.
YouTube?
At least it used to be, unless they pulled it. But it's fantastic. It's a full length. I think it's like 45 or 50 minutes or an hour or something like that. But man, it is really, really, really good. They are so smart. They're such smart creatures. I mean, just talking about the cross-dressing, essentially, you know, like hiding the extra tentacles and pretending to be a woman. Like that's a really smart thing to do.
Yeah.
And all the different colors and patterns and things that they do. I mean, it's just, they're so fucking fascinating. I love them so much. So, if anybody cares for more in-depth cuttlefish knowledge, Kings of Camouflage, Google that shit.
Here, I got it. I'll put a link up.
Dusty's putting a link in. Fuck yeah. Okay, so now we made it through that stuff. Now we're going to get to my personal favorite part of this episode. We are going to be talking about deep sea bioluminescence, the glowy creatures of the dark. I'm so fucking pumped. Yeah, I love this shit. And I wanted to do it earlier, but I didn't want to like blow the load, you know? So, we're going to just...
Yeah. Didn't want to blow the load early.
I know. I really wanted to, but there wasn't that many people at first, and I was like, I'm going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to fucking wait. So I'm glad that we did. So where does one start? There's so many different things. Okay, let's start with how and why do animals create their own light? That's, I feel like, a fantastic way to start this segment.
Apparently anglerfish do it with bacteria that they capture in their little thing.
Like pets. It's like little
The
pets.
deep sea is actually full of light. But the light is not sunlight coming down from the surface. It's light that is produced by a wide variety of animals that live there. I'm Steve Haddock, and I'm a senior scientist at MBARI. I study bioluminescence.
Perfect. His name is Haddock.
Yeah.
And he is a sea guy.
Bioluminescence is the term that we use for living light. Bio meaning life, and luminescence meaning light.
Damn, look at that shit.
Cool.
You're probably familiar with bioluminescence through the example of a firefly. In the ocean, many, many organisms are able to produce bioluminescence. The organisms living in the deep sea are living in a largely dark environment, but they need some ways to communicate with each other. And the most efficient and effective way to do that in the ocean is actually to use light.
Makes sense.
At MBARI, we're trying to take the latest in technological developments and use it to answer centuries-old questions about how and why organisms bioluminesce. Scientists and engineers have teamed up to mount a low-light camera on a remotely operated vehicle, and this allows us to film bioluminescent light in its natural environment. Every time we go to sea, I get excited about the possibilities of what we're going to see with our low-light camera.
Weird.
One example of an organism that uses bioluminescence to find food is the anglerfish. It uses the light from the lure to attract prey to it.
So awkward.
And the anglerfish can use this to attract prey, just like moths would come to a light bulb. We're starting to find that some squid are thought to use glowing tentacles that they dangle down to attract prey. And we even found a siphonophore, which is these long jellyfish-like creatures that uses bioluminescent lures to attract fish in the deep sea. The red-crowned jelly creates this pinwheel of light as part of its display.
That's so
And that initial bioluminescence is thought to serve as a burglar alarm. The way that works is if a predator, like say a shrimp, comes along and is starting to nibble on that jelly, it will start its
Yeah, the
pinwheel
song.
of light, and that might attract another predator like a fish or a squid that wants to eat that shrimp. A burglar alarm is one of the best examples of how bioluminescence can be used as a defensive tool for an organism. Other organisms use bioluminescence as a smokescreen
Thanks for
to
the
distract their
follow.
predator while they escape.
Avon catalog.
Your
Avon
predator is
catalog.
confused and
Sweet.
its attention is drawn to this cloud of sparkles
Avon.
while you are jetting away. In the deep ocean,
love those guys.
most organisms
yeah.
that are bioluminescent produce blue or blue-green light, and we think this is because that light travels best through water. But there is one spectacular exception to that, which is the gossamer worm. This worm swims through the water with these undulating paddles, and when it's disturbed, it produces a golden sparkle
That's so fucking
that
cool.
just looks like pixie dust floating through the water.
Yeah.
We don't know why it produces yellow light instead of the blue-green light that almost all other bioluminescent organisms
Mystery and
produce.
Yeah.
It's surprising after literally centuries of studying these organisms that there's still some very fundamental questions which we have yet to answer. And I'm hoping that as we see more organisms in their natural environment, it will help us unlock the mysteries of how they communicate and how they use this light to survive.
Yeah, but then you gotta hang out in the submarine in the dark in the bottom of the ocean. That's terrifying. I'm glad somebody's doing it.
True.
I'm not doing it.
No, that is the freaky part. I don't know. It'd be really tough. I might have to consider doing it if I could go see some of those kind of creatures. It'd be really freaky.
It'd be freaky.
For sure. Okay, let's do this one. This is 8 beautiful sea creatures that glow in the dark. Let's check these guys out.
Okay.
Let's talk about them. I love it.
8 beautiful sea creatures
better
that
be
glow
beautiful.
in the dark.
You better be.
Number 8. Atala is a deep-sea-dwelling jellyfish known for its burglar alarm. When attacked,
Yes, the
it
glowworm
sets off
caves
a brilliant
peppercorn.
light
Yes.
display
Oh, yeah,
that can be
absolutely.
seen for
New
300
Zealand, man.
feet.
It's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Researchers
That I
think the
would do.
fireworks are intended to
Big
attract
time.
something even larger and fiercer.
God, that would
If
be
the
so
new
cool to see
predator
that.
takes an interest in the jelly's attacker, it might be able to escape. Number 7. Temnopterus is one of the bioluminescent animals that are yellow luminescent. Only a few known marine animals used to glow yellow. Their glowing mechanism is not clear, but one thing is clear. It does not glow with the help of light-emitting compound known as luciferin. When disturbed, Temnopterus is known to release bioluminescent particles from their 2 different organs. It is believed that Temnopterus use this to distract predators. Talking about the
Pretty
size,
distracting.
they can
works for
grow
me.
up to a few centimeters in length. Number 6.
Really? That's it?
This
Tiny?
kind of jellyfish, which can grow to about 12 inches, controls its elevation in the water with a gas-filled float. Gas is released through a pore in the bottom of its float, which is refilled through secretions from a special gland. Its luminescence is a mystery. Scientists think it startles predators, but it's just a guess. Number 5.
They didn't show it glowing.
Bathosaurophosteri is a comb jelly usually seen in deep-sea waters all around the globe. However, they are abundant near the mid-Atlantic ridge. It can reach up to 2 inches in height. It is one
Oh,
of the
Avon, that's actually where we
bioluminescent
started on
animals
this
named
stream,
after
was with the
pilot Dudley
gigantism.
Foster.
Yes,
He is the
that's
one
so
who collected
funny.
the first specimen of Bathosaurophosteri.
we totally did
Whenever
that.
disturbed,
Kirby.
it
That
has
place
an
doesn't
ability to
exist. It's
produce
not real.
light
It
through
is
its
real.
tissues by producing
David
ripe
Attenborough said
chemicals
so.
that will emit flashlights
Yeah, we learned some science
from its
about
chromatophores.
why the
It will
things grow as
definitely
big as they
reduce the
do.
probability of
Yeah.
attacking
Down in
predators
the deep sea.
and act as an adaptation for Bathosaurophosteri. Number 4. Also known as comb jellies, Stenophora emit a blue or green light that can only be seen in the dark.
Coolest shit
They
ever.
also
Yeah.
secrete ink that luminesces most brightly
It's-
in the smaller bodies
It is
of
like a
young
carnival.
comb jellies.
That is.
A rainbow effect is created when light scatters through the distinctive comb-like tentacles of the stenophore. Number 3.
Eat that. You
Native to the islands of
Beat it.
Hawaii and the central Pacific Ocean,
Okay, you're right.
the bobtail squid uses bioluminescence to camouflage itself by matching its underside to the shade of light illuminating the water above it.
So fucking
Though
cute.
the light is generated by the colonies of luminous bacteria Housed in the squid's organs, the host squid can control the direction and the brightness of the flashes of light.
It does.
Because their ability to
Oh my
glow
God,
allows them to
it's
go
Lisa
about
Frank.
their nights
It totally is.
undetected, they tend to spend the days concealed in the sand. If they are disturbed, they will come out and try to blend in while wearing a coat of sand. If they are found out, they'll turn themselves completely white and leave behind a cloud of ink in an attempt to escape. Number 2. The crystal jellyfish, or Achoria victoria, is found off the west coast of North America and was discovered for the first time in Britain's waters in 2009. It produces intense flashes of blue light by releasing calcium, and its usually clear membrane sometimes glows an eerie green. This jellyfish is considered one of the most influential bioluminescent creatures due to its usefulness in scientific research and the potential to use its light proteins in cancer detection.
You're going to show it to us glowing?
Number 1.
No? Okay.
This particular jellyfish, which scientists say is a hydromedusa and belongs to the genus Crossota, was spotted by members of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration,
That's
NOAA,
real?
during a currently ongoing exploration of the Mariana Trench. Spotted around the aptly named Enigma Seamount area, this little alien-like creature was found hunting for food over 12,000 feet below the surface of the ocean. The hydromedusa's long tentacles are even and extend outward, and the bell is motionless, which suggests an ambush predation mode.
Oh, it's an ambusher.
That is so fucking cool.
Hi, Pluto.
Hi, buddy. Wow.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, he's a Mariana Trench jelly. That's... Huh?
That motherfucker's hardcore.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to say except
Except hardcore.
Hardcore as fuck. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, Avon, that's interesting you bring that up because we started the stream watching a video on gigantism in the deep sea and why they think animals get giant and how it seems to be something that happens in cold water more than the warm water, which I thought was really interesting. I guess talking about the oxygen content, which makes sense. We were talking about how with dinosaurs and like prehistoric creatures, they were giant because of the oxygen content in the atmosphere. So it makes sense with the creatures when there's more oxygen in the water, they get bigger. But yeah, it's a really interesting
Yeah, and they're
phenomenon.
expending less energy. The larger that their bodies are, the more energy efficient that it is as well. So they just evolve to be as energy efficient as possible, which is as big as possible.
Yeah. And then they're so big they can like store their food. And so they eat a bunch and then they can just store it and live off of it for a long time, which makes sense too. But yeah, really interesting though. And then we talked about the oarfish, which gets from like anywhere from 26 feet to 50 feet long. And they didn't even see them in the wild for the longest time. They would just see them like washed up on shore and stuff. But those things are crazy.
They are. They're 50 feet long. That's
50
crazy.
feet, that's forever
That's
long.
insane. And they're just freaky looking.
Yeah.
And then the colossal squids, for a long time, they didn't know if that was actually real. And then they found a couple tentacles wash up, and they're like, what the fuck? And then, of course, now it is established that they are, in fact, real, and that sperm whales eat them.
Yeah. That was one thing that blew our mind earlier, too. We found out that sperm whales actually eat the colossal squid. They hunt them.
That's how big a fucking sperm whale is.
That's how big a sperm whale is.
To be able to just, like, have a snack.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking
Look at it
jellyfish.
go.
Jesus
What is-
Christ.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's really magical. The diversity
Yeah, right,
of
Avon?
all of these creatures. They're all so unique and so different from each other. There's similar properties that some of them have, but some of them don't have any similar properties. They just have all evolved so differently. And they were talking too before about as far as islands and the like studies of evolution on the islands and how these creatures evolve in different ways when they're secluded. And they were saying that it's similar in the depths of the ocean because they don't have access to the rest of the ocean. They're only in this very specific area. So they have evolved to be the most efficient for that area that they can. And
Yeah.
it's really amazing. So many of these creatures have been the same for so long because there's no need to change until the climate changes, and then we start fucking with everything, and then they're going to have to adapt or die, which I don't know if they're going to be able to adapt fast enough to keep up with
I don't know.
the changes.
Things will adapt, but yeah, what's gonna come out of it? Who knows?
Oh, remember it was talking about the little tiny squid that was really cute that makes a mucus jacket. It started
Oh, yeah.
making like a gelatinous jacket of mucus to protect itself from pollution.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah, for polluted waters, it made like a Jello jacket, essentially, like a jelly jacket. On kangaroo rats?
No. I
Not
have
specifically.
not.
I've seen.
I'm gonna have to check that out though because
I've
that
seen
sounds
kangaroo rats.
fascinating. What is this little guy?
That guy.
What the fuck is going
What?
on there?
He's just spinning in circles.
That was fucking weird.
These are all aliens.
That was weird. Let's just look at egg sack. Whoa.
Oh yeah, these are the ones that shoot the little discharge.
Holy shit.
Super cool. And that little guy's like, no. I'm just trying to get over there.
Wow.
Shooting.
I mean, what kind of life is that? You just
Uh,
float around and you just spin around and you're like, oh, please don't eat me.
Just-
I don't want to die today.
Don't eat me. Stop shooting things at me.
Like, quality of life
Yeah.
doesn't sound super great, but I guess, that's coming from a human's perspective up here.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a low stress life generally. Float around, you bump into something you can eat, you eat it.
I was thinking when they were talking about on the sea floor, all the sponges and shit that live down there.
Hmm.
Like, what kind of life is a sponge? It just, like, sits there
Super chill. It's like being,
forever.
it's like being a tree. That's what trees do. They just chill.
How cool is that? That was fucking
Cat
cool.
trumpet.
Oh, I don't know.
What? Okay, yeah.
Oh, it's like soothing jellyfish aquarium.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wanted to play that in the background while we were chatting because it
I
was
like
just
that.
so
That's good.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
So cool. So let's do bioluminescent jellyfish specifically.
All the jellies. Monterey
I
Bay
mean, it's
Aquarium.
probably, I know Monterey Bay, man.
Yeah, they got
We
everything.
need
in
to
this
go.
aquarium.
It's been 2 decades since I've been.
Yeah.
But I remember it blew my mind. I don't remember seeing these guys. These guys are probably newer because we just have been doing all this deep sea research. Holy fuck.
What?
If I could see that in real life, I would cry. I think we need to go to Monterey.
Yeah.
We need to go to Monterey right now.
Yeah, we're gonna make you cry.
Oh my god.
We're gonna go to Monterey and make you cry.
Dude, Monterey's fucking beautiful too, and that whole coastal California drive to get up there. Man. But if they have some of these like super crazy deep sea jellyfish, like I'm in.
Oh, those are fun.
Cute. Right? This is where sci-fi writers get their inspiration. Fucking
Definitely.
A. Because, I mean, if I sat around and tried to come up with, like, alien creatures, like, I probably couldn't come up with some shit half as weird as some of this stuff that's actually here on
Yeah.
our planet.
Yeah, I think it's deep sea and like insects. Like,
Yeah,
Looking
there's
for
some weird
inspiration
insects.
for some weird aliens or monsters. Deep sea and insects.
Yeah. And the cool thing is there's still an unlimited amount that we haven't even seen yet. Like, we've done
Yeah.
some research, but we haven't done extensive
No.
deep sea research. I mean, there's only been so long that we've had the technology to do it, and so many people that are brave enough and only enough funding and stuff. So the more time goes on, hopefully we find even more and more. I mean, we're already, as it is right now, we keep finding new things
Yeah.
all the time. Like, this is out there. Look at that thing.
Look at it go. It's just sparkling
What if
along.
there's a whole alien planet that just has a bunch of weird creatures like this?
Just all
Where it's
is.
just like all
Yeah, it's around like
creatures.
a brown dwarf or something, so it's kind of dark and everything has some kind of glowiness to it.
Oh my god.
It could very well happen.
It fucking
These jellies remind me, there's a YouTube stream that I fall asleep to sometimes that it's called Shawano's World, and I guess the dude's got jellyfish tanks, or like they film from an aquarium or something like that, and he'll put music and it's just like the jellyfish like floating around in their tank, all different types of jellyfish. But then some of them they put the rainbow like LED lights that go up and down the side and change colors, so the jellies are like undulating
so
like
cool.
rainbowy colors and stuff. It's super cool.
I love that.
But,
It's
yeah.
so cool.
I fall asleep to that fairly often.
In the aquarium we have down here, they have the like it's like a tube or something like that, and it has the color changing lights in it. And the Vancouver aquarium as well, right when you walk in, actually before you even get into the actual aquarium, there's this like giant wall, and it's just all these jellies with color changing lights behind them.
Cool.
So before you even
Super
see
fun.
anything like super
You're
epic,
just
you're
like,
like, oh my god, wow. It's
Yeah,
mind-blowing.
rainbow jellies.
Rainbow jellies, dude.
Everybody loves a rainbow jelly.
All right, so here is a little excerpt from Blue Planet, which is David Attenborough. It's great. It's just a little
we love.
shorty, but he's talking about bioluminescent creatures. And I love David Attenborough more than most people on the planet. He's very old, and I call him my like honorary grandpa. I don't have any grandparents left, and you know what? I'm making him my grandpa.
He doesn't know it yet.
I love him. I love him so much. Oh my god. So let's see what he's got to say about these little guys.
Even in the dark zone,
Pepper
there is
Boy, we got you.
sunlight.
Oh, we win.
Turn off the submersible headlights, and you see a pyrotechnic display outside. These lights are created by animals. This is bioluminescence. A deep-sea anglerfish flashes in the darkness. The light is generated by bacteria that live permanently inside the lure, which attracts prey to these murderous teeth. There are all sorts of lures out in the darkness. Come into my mouth, little fish. And what is the purpose of this lure, suspended on a long rod way below its owner's terrifying set of teeth? It's difficult to be sure. But then this monster does have another giant flashing lure much closer to its mouth.
Wow, that's trippy.
These fish are called anglers because they use their lures in much the same way as fly fishermen use their imitation flies. For a hunting squid with huge eyes, this glimmer is intriguing.
What's that little fluffy thing?
What's a little fluffy thing?
It might just be food.
Might be food. I don't know.
Or it might be
Some
the
food.
end of you. Oh.
A satisfying meal for a fish with a highly extendable stomach.
You ate the entire... Wow. Okay, wow, that's... that's impressive.
Whoa,
You ate that entire
man.
squid? Little anglerfish?
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Oh, what lurks in the midnight zone? That was an autoplay, and I'm like, that's actually...
Oh yeah, Midnight
Perfect.
Zone. That's super deep. We can
Yeah.
do Midnight Zone. That's just a
Yeah,
couple
fucking
minutes long,
Midnight
too.
Zone.
Come on. David Attenborough. Man. We've seen a lot of weird creatures tonight.
We have.
A lot of weird ones. We
Fucking
learned about what's
agreed.
inside of a blobfish. Turns out
Blobs.
blobs.
Spoiler alert.
Just-
Blobs.
just blobby.
Pretty much watery sack. They said like a water balloon. If you pick it up, all the insides kind of shift.
Yeah.
It's just like gelatinous water around gelatinous tissue.
Yeah. And like very minimal bones. And yeah, they said if you pick it up by its tail and like hold it up, it's like a water balloon. It like stretches and all this stuff like will grow to its face.
That's so weird.
Weird. Very, very weird.
Yes.
Man, the ocean. I'm telling you.
Oh, we didn't do the fucking sharks. Oh my god. Okay, why do sharks get creepier the deeper you go? We're 100% doing that.
Okay, yeah.
Horrible. Okay, creepy sharks. You guys fucking ready for creepy sharks?
I'm ready.
I'm ready for creepy sharks.
I hope my chimera's on here.
There is one group of creatures that has dominated the oceans for 450 million years.
Worms.
The Greenland
A time during which sharks have had the opportunity to adapt and
Yeah,
diversify
the 400
into an
Oh, yeah,
array
hold
of
on, yeah.
weird and wonderful species. Many, like the well-known great white shark, have adapted to life in the open ocean as apex predators at the top of the food chain. But the deeper you go into the gaping void of the deep sea, the more peculiar and
a good shot.
otherworldly they become.
It's the second video that did that.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
Let's take a
Is it
look
new
at
hit
these
thing that
fascinating
because they're doing
yet
it?
often misunderstood inhabitants of
Builds
the
intrigue.
oceans.
I hate it.
Yeah. Either that, or I wonder if they made the video and it had copyrighted material, and that's like a new way to handle it.
When we think of sharks, many of us picture them as mindless killers. But sharks are far more remarkable than mere monsters. They are highly specialized predators, demonstrating an array of adaptations in order to survive the various habitats of the ocean.
Fucking serious.
Near
over
the
here.
surface,
They really are.
pelagic sharks like blue sharks, makos, and great whites exhibit fairly similar features. They are streamlined to allow for faster movement, and bluish-grey so that they can blend in with their environment. But these
tail is
sharks
great.
represent just the tip of the iceberg.
That's a good tail.
For lurking in deeper waters is a world of elusive, mysterious, and often gigantic shark species.
I gotta learn how to scuba dive.
From the bioluminescent lantern shark to the parasitic cookie cutter shark that tears chunks from whales and dolphins. To understand why sharks of the depths are so different to those at the surface, we must find out what caused them to diversify in this way. The evolutionary history of sharks possibly dates back to the late Ordovician period, 450 million years ago. In the time that followed, these primitive sharks evolved in a number of ways, with one group of cartilaginous fish having diverged 420 million years ago to become the alien-like chimera, relatives of true sharks, but belonging now to a different classification. By the early Jurassic period, 195 million years ago, the oldest known order of modern sharks, the Hexantiforms or six-gill sharks, had emerged. It was now that they evolved slender, fast-moving bodies and flexible, protruding jaws, allowing them to eat prey larger than themselves. While many sharks we find in our oceans today have changed immensely since the Jurassic, the few that remain unchanged, the living fossils, appear peculiar in comparison. Most notably, they have 6 or 7 gill slits instead of the usual 5 found on most sharks. This can be observed in the frilled shark, with its slim, eel-like body and snake-like head.
Weird.
Another member of this
really
order, the blunt-nosed six-gill shark, has a single dorsal fin placed well down on its back, as well as an anal fin, features that are
Anal fin.
remnants from their ancestors of the ancient
That's a metal
seas.
Anal fins.
What's even stranger is the fact that many of these more ancient sharks, including both the Hexantiforms and the Squaliforms, now seem to inhabit the deeper regions of our oceans. A feature that is best explained when we take a look at their adaptations and the conditions of their world.
Prickly sharks.
In the depths, there is less dissolved oxygen present in the water. This suggests that for six-gill, frilled and seven-gill sharks, it is advantageous to have more gill slits so that they are more efficient at absorbing the oxygen they need. So there is no cause for them to evolve to lose the extra slits. Contrastingly, sharks that move to the shallows have no need for the extra slits, so they lost them over time. The large eyes of six gills is also an advantage, allowing them to take in as much light as possible. Other deep-sea sharks reflect light in a process known as biofluorescence. The cat shark is one of such sharks, possessing the ability to reflect blue light and re-emit it as green light in order to attract mates.
Interesting.
So it like glows in the dark?
Another feature that we observe is that the deeper-dwelling sharks tend to be far larger. The Greenland shark, for example, grows to 24 feet or 7.3 meters long, making it one of the largest sharks in the ocean, larger even than the well-known great white shark. This is due to the phenomenon of deep-sea gigantism, the tendency of deep-sea creatures to grow to larger sizes than their relatives from the shallows. Being larger means they lose less energy as heat, and in the nutrient-poor depths, becoming more efficient is the only way to survive this extreme environment.
Like an otter.
A full video explaining deep-sea gigantism can be found on our channel. But in addition to being larger, the Greenland shark has also evolved to live its life in slow motion. With its highly slowed metabolism, it can go for very long periods of time without eating, and is able to become the longest living vertebrate on the planet, growing up to 500 years old at depths of 7,200 feet or 2,200 meters. The feeding habits of deep-sea sharks are quite different from shallower species. While makos and great whites rely on speed and agility to hunt down fast-moving prey, sharks here must be opportunistic and depend largely on carrion. At sunken whale corpses, they use their serrated teeth as knives to saw and tear away at the flesh.
Why with the blurred?
Another species, the
The other
goblin
one
shark,
was the
has a
gigantism
flabby
video, which
body
was the
and
same
a large
channel.
liver to allow it to remain buoyant in very deep water. It is an elusive species, as are many of the creatures that inhabit the deepest parts of the ocean. In fact, one of the largest shark species on the planet, the megamouth shark, was discovered for the first time as recently as 1976. It is a filter feeder, preying on zooplankton at the surface during the night and returning to the depths during the day.
What? It goes up to the
This
surface?
behavior is known as diel vertical migration, the synchronized movement of zooplankton and fish up and down the water column over a daily cycle.
Wow. To get commuter sharks.
Overall, deep-sea sharks are understandably unique in the lightless, high-pressure and nutrient-poor depths. Adopting more ancient adaptations, such as more gill slits, flabbier, slow-moving bodies, and larger sizes, is advantageous. It underpins a distinct difference between these deeper species and sharks of the shallows, which have evolved differently in order to become smaller and faster. The deep sea is a different world to the surface waters, where food is plentiful and survival is less of a challenge for a predator. Check out the brand new Deep Sea Hub over on our website for more facts and footage about the deep sea.
What a great channel. That's a great channel.
That's a pretty good channel. Natural World.
That was really cool.
Even though they blur everything out.
I don't get it. It must be just whoever the editor is. It must be their like signature thing or something.
I don't know. I'm thinking it's got to be some kind of copyright something or, yeah, it's weird.
That's weird.
Wow.
But
Well,
that was really cool about all the different kind of sharks. I like
yeah,
that.
that was awesome.
So cool.
Yeah, and I love that my chimera is one of the oldest sharks out there. Been around since 420 million years ago. It's been out there. Cool.
That's so fucking cool.
Love it.
I love it. I love it too.
And I like that it looks like it's stitched together. It's like a Frankenstein shark.
It's super cool.
I don't know why it has that.
It's a good
I like it.
shark.
It's a good shark. And your Greenland shark's really good too.
Greenland shark.
300 to 500 years old.
Dude, it's just like a living fossil that's just super slow. It's just like
Yeah.
moving around.
Just
like
doing its thing.
a rock.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Like a creature that's lived that long.
That's crazy. I mean, whenever we look at like the giant tortoises that lived to be, close to 200, like that's crazy. But
Yeah.
500, like 300 to 500 years, like that's
It's a
insanity.
really long fucking life.
Like, what are you, a tree? Like,
And they're
animals
the
don't do
biggest
that.
kind of shark too, which is cool. So they're just super big, super slow, super chilling, dude. They're chilling and they just live forever and they're just relaxing. It's pretty nice. It's pretty
Yep.
nice. They're not trying to be aggressive and trying to
Just living
get all
their life.
crazy. They can go long time without eating. They're just like kicking it.
Yeah.
They're cool sharks. I dig that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Super cool shark.
sharks.
Mhm.
Awesome. I had a really fun time tonight talking about all of these deep sea creatures.
Yeah. What a great stream.
I loved it.
Yep. I
So
like
fun.
that.
Thank you, everybody who's been hanging out and
Yeah.
who was there for the whole stream. Thank
Yeah.
you to all the regulars. And also, thank you so much to the raiders that came in.
Yeah.
And any of you guys that are still hanging out that just found us. Especially Peppercorn. I'm so glad that you're back. I love when you come
Yeah.
in here. It always makes me so happy to
So
see
good
you.
to see you again, for sure.
So I hope that you do come back around more often. Come hang out with us.
And any of our lurkers, thank you for lurking. We love our lurkers.
Yeah.
We appreciate all of you.
We do. We really
We made an
really
emote
do.
just for you.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, the timing worked out good.
Yeah.
And we kept you up a little bit. A little
Yeah,
past your
I
bedtime.
know,
But
we-
hopefully it was worth it because you learned about magical things.
Yeah.
Magical sea creatures.
Definitely.
That's fucking great. We got a cat. He's joining the party now.
Yep.
He knows we're about to get out.
He's like, oh, you're moving? I'm going to come lay in your lap. Perfect.
Awesome. Well, let's see who's rolling right now, and we can go do a little raid.
Yeah. Where we go?
Let's see. Who do we got?
Grumbly's got a lot.
John Lee's rocking it right now.
Mary Amber's going. She's only got 79 people in there.
She is
She's
so
super
fun.
fun. Shamanic Awakening. This is one of the new ones that visited us.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Are they doing
Do you
tarot?
know what
right
that's
now?
all about? That's right. I need to give them a follow, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Let's see. Looks like it said tarot, but
Looks like a game of some sort.
it does.
Or making
Maybe
music.
music. Yeah, I think he's making music at the moment. Okay. Or the CA&LA. Or the two axolotls. We could stick with animal creatures. And
That's
go
true. We could go see some axolotls.
Nice and chill axolotls.
That would be. Let's do that.
Yeah?
Let's do some axolotls.
Yeah, we'll do something chill. So, yeah, Peppercorn, if you're going to sleep, you can fall asleep to these axolotls.
Oh my god, they're so freaking cute. They're the cutest axolotls, and they're just chilling, and it's just the most mellow thing ever. So before you sign off, at least check them out. You can
Yeah.
have them in the background
If you've
you want
seen
to.
Turtles and Chill, it's in the same group, but it's axolotls instead of turtles. I have to make sure I'm spelling axolotls right. A-X-O.
L-O-T-L, yeah.
Okay.
So cute. I hope they're out and about moving around.
Yeah, I hope so.
Even when they're just sitting there, they're still really
Yeah,
cute.
they're
But
still
it's nice
cute.
when you can at least see their little faces and when they move around.
Yeah.
That's so
But yeah,
great.
it's a nice chill raid because not a whole lot going on over there. It's just fun and cute.
Yeah.
And their names are Ren and Stimpy. Which is
Perfect.
great.
Awesome. Well, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful night. Peppercorn, we adore you. Mwah.
Yes, so good to see you again.
Absolutely. And we will see you guys soon.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys. Have good dreams.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.